You can keep your glasses on.
All right, now it says we're live. Let's see if we really are live.
All right, let's take a look at the...
Talk about having a bad start today.
Yeah, we've been working on this for like half an hour.
Oh, we're live.
Okay, good. That we weren't able to access it before.
I bet people are rolling laughing at us. Well, we'll eventually get there.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. There we go.
Oh, we were supposed to get on at 5, but we've been fiddling around with trying to access the live stream. I don't understand like how I can create a thumbnail and then
Hey, Jeff.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, good. So apparently the last one we couldn't access it.
The last two we tried twice.
Yeah. So sorry for the delay. We were trying to do this at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
I think we was having some technical difficulties with our internet.
Yes. Hey. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Esty. Oh, now it says something went wrong on my end.
My end's looking good.
Oh, no, yours is a commercial. Just give it a minute. Oh. Now skip the ad. Oh.
Yep, everything's groovy.
Well, mine's not working. All right. Well, at least we have access to the internet on everyone else's, on your phone and our computer. Maybe it's this one. Nope. Okay. It's aggravating. Okay. So since we have a few viewers, we just like to usually give it a few minutes to... We couldn't access it.
No, let me fast forward.
Yeah. We just give it a few minutes to get people on here. So did you had some things you wanted to share with the
Yeah,
audience?
eventually. Let's get some people on here first.
Okay. So
we got 5 people. We got 1 thumbs up. Hey, we're doing good.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day and a great week. It's Father's Day. Oh, hey, that's something to talk about.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's Father's Day. And, of course, no Jehovah's Witnesses celebrate Father's Day because, remember, nobody's important. Just like in that video that if anyone saw, part of the drama where it all kind of linked to this apostate video. There was a sick sister who had cancer, and they were telling her that one of her, not very, we'll say, what's the word? Bad association friends who used to be good association. They were telling her, hey, why don't you join this social media site for Jehovah's Witnesses? And, it's a support group. And hey, Karaoke Cajun, right? Your dad is 90. Sure. Wow. Okay, wonderful. Well, tell him happy birthday. But there is that lady, right, the sister on the apostate video, and they were telling her to join a social media site for Jehovah's Witnesses to bring encouragement to people who are suffering or just for whatever reason. And then she was saying, I shouldn't bring attention to myself. The woman was crying and she was miserable because she was suffering from cancer, and yet she couldn't even have a support group. I mean, this is ridiculous. So that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody matters in this religion. So if Mother's Day doesn't matter, Father's Day doesn't matter, birthdays don't matter, then even if you're dying of cancer and you want a support group, then you're not allowed to even do that because nobody matters in that religion. And it's just really aggravating. And I don't know how anybody can even stand to watch these videos.
Oh, dude.
I did feel kind of bad about Father's Day because my dad was a widowed single father when I was growing up. It would have been kind of nice to celebrate it for him. Yes.
Hey, happy thoughts.
Hi. Yeah.
Live from the UK.
Cool.
It's getting late in the evening there.
Keep that with you. Yeah, I know. It's like several hours.
Yeah, it's like 10:30, I think. 11 o'clock, maybe.
About 6 hours ahead, I think. We're on the Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just something I notice about the current convention, and I was listening to some of the talks just to try to keep up to date, and it just, I don't know. And can anyone stand to listen to that stuff? Because it just gets on my nerves really bad. Like, oh. And of course, my mom is wanting me to go to the convention with her, and I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can sit through 3 days of that.
No,
it's 10:40. Okay, yeah, getting ready for bedtime soon. And she hasn't said. She was actually supposed to go to Scotland for the international convention, and
she's having health issues.
Yeah, she's having some health problems. She's 75, so she is probably going to back down on that. But she'll still go to her local convention. And
I was hoping me and you could go just to see how small the convention is this year.
But we'll only go for a couple hours. We can't stand those 3 days of that.
Yeah, no.
And besides, we've already watched it.
Yeah, we know what the drama is, so we're done.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the same old nonsense.
Yeah.
Like apostates everywhere. Speaking of apostates, has anybody ever noticed, like, if you go to another church, another denomination, just out of curiosity, whatever, nobody else talks about apostates constantly like Jehovah's Witnesses do. Like, they're constantly talking about them. Like, they're so terrified that apostates are going to grab you up and take you away from Jehovah's organization, because they know that their organization is hanging on by a thread. And even though it's brainwashed pretty heavily, and the brainwashing is powerful, but once you realize what's going on, all you need is a little bit of evidence to disprove their teachings, and it's over. There's no way to be re-brainwashed into believing, for example, that Jesus took the throne in heaven in 1914.
Jeff, I know exactly what you mean. The past week, I've been looking at Jehovah's Witnesses videos all week.
Yeah.
And going through and looking at them and editing them and listening to it and finding all their contradictions. Mm-hmm. And man, I feel like I lost 20 IQ points, and that for some reason, everybody around me, I'm starting to wonder if they're worthy. I'm just joking. That stuff is crazy, man. Yes. He'll drive you nuts listening to that. It's like cult talk.
Happy thoughts. Her name's Sheila.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I know. My name's Sheila. Pleasure to meet you, Sheila.
Apparently, we are not the only ones who feel the same way about listening to these talks. Not that you would want to do that, but most of the time, I think all of us just kind of listen to the little rebuttals of the talks. But if you were to just sit down and listen to a talk from beginning to end, you will want to pull your hair out by the end of it. And
I did that today, yesterday, and the day before.
Yeah. I remember as a witness, as a believing witness, sitting through the meetings and just thinking, I always felt like they were just going like this all the time, pointing fingers. Shame on you for not doing more. And you look at brother and sister so-and-so who had to cross this river infested with crocodiles, and they had to walk miles to get to the Kingdom Hall, and you're driving in your air-conditioned car. Shame on you. It's just, it was annoying.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same old.
Yeah, even
over and over and over.
Even the speaking
with
style.
The exception of Let, he is definitely unique on his style.
Oh yeah.
He talks to people like they're 5 years old.
Yes, he does. Yeah, like Jeff says, even the speaking style is it just me, or 20 years there was individual style? Now everyone sounds the same facial expressions. Yes, I would agree. Like it's kind of like monotone, other than Let, and it's never. It just seems so robotic. Everything they talk about, but that's because they're brainwashed. Yeah, except for the governing body members. I guess they're not brainwashed.
This is what got me, Shaq, and you're right by proving they're wrong. I was watching, and I've mentioned this several times. It still just befuddles me. But I was watching Jeffrey Winder give the talk about how the governing body gets new light. And of course, I've listened to the one with Garrett Loesch, which is totally opposite to what Jeffrey Winder says. And they use material all the way back to 1870 Watchtower. And then if they don't approve the new light, they send it to a research team who looks at it, does a lot of research through all this material, and then sends it back to the governing body to get approved. And I was like, wait a minute. So they sent it to the non-anointed ones. It was in 1870. Does anybody have any idea the craziness Russell said anybody that denounces the cross, anybody was an apostate that denounced the cross. So, I mean, how do they justify that? Russell said anybody that went against Christmas. He says, even though it might be a pagan holiday day, it's a Christian day of goodwill. It's in his writings. Crazy. I don't get it. And then all that nutty stuff, excuse my language, nutty stuff from Rutherford. And I'm like, okay, so you use all that information when you're getting ready to approve new light. Yep. Okay, you guys are full of it.
That's true.
I say bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Karaoke Cajun says public talks are monotonous and boring. It does make you sleepy. But when you're in that state, your brain is in a hypnotic state, making you more suggestive to the information they're feeding you. That's very interesting.
That's very true. You're right.
Yeah.
Just look at Jim Jones.
Hey, Colin.
He took 1,000 people to their death because of that same thing.
Yep. Colin from the CO Visit. Appreciate you coming in.
Okay.
So happy thoughts. You obeyed Let, who said, read the chapter to the context. Hi, Jane. Happy Father's Day to you, too. To all the dads out there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jane. Yeah, it's people I haven't saw before and some I have.
Oh, okay. So happy thoughts. So you studied like Let told you and you found out for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Even the governing body looks like they came from the same mold.
Oh, my
Sanderson
Lord.
Talks through that fake smile on his teeth. He looks like a mediocre vacuum cleaner salesman.
That is true.
It's true.
You know, when you read it in its text, that's the funny part. The way they cherry pick scripture, and especially they say, "Oh, the light's getting brighter, brother," and they take it out of Psalms chapter 4 or Proverbs chapter 4. I think 4
verse 18.
18, yeah, 17.
Yeah, which that's not what that's talking
but
about.
But if you read what King Solomon was saying to people, he was like, "Follow the path of light." You know,
he was telling you to choose the path to God
over darkness.
The darkness. And they take that out of context and say that the light gets brighter and brighter with information, and that's not at all what it's talking about.
And if people don't believe that, go read Proverbs chapter 4, the entire chapter, and you'll see exactly what the wise King Solomon was saying.
Happy Heretic. Hello from Holland.
Oh, hi.
Cool. I like that name. The Happy
Heretic. I like that.
The Happy Heretic. Yes.
They all look well fed. Yeah, they are.
Every
of course, I can't say nothing on that.
Now what?
He said they all look well fed.
Yes.
Oh, it's that spiritual food.
Yeah, overindulging, I guess.
Yeah.
Every book, brochure, and magazine from 1879 to 5 years ago is a thorn in their side and a nail they are stepping on. That's true.
Yeah.
They really are hating that because they want to hide all their information. That's why I don't think they have a YouTube channel. Like most churches have a YouTube live streams where you can watch their church meetings. And they don't want any of that on there. Also, the convention, like when they had the pandemic, they had it online on their website for a while, but then they took it down because they know their information's always changing.
Yeah. I wonder how they justify that Rutherford wasn't really the first president, that it was really that multimillionaire steel king. Can't remember his name.
I don't know.
And then Russell left, and Russell and his dad. Russell was the secretary. His dad was vice president. I wonder.
Oh, there are exjw's channels that go through every watchtower, every single watchtower study article.
Yes, they are, and I like them.
Like Mark Martin does that. He does a lot of the. I don't know if he goes every week, but he does do a lot, and he analyzes it and explains how it's a.
No, there's a channel that goes through all of the old stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, and
we
I've
have to
watched
find
that
this.
channel. It's really
What's the
good. I
name of
wished
that
I could
channel?
remember the name of it. They sit down and go through, and this guy's library is the best thing I've ever seen. It's huge.
Cool.
He has all the old watchtowers. He has
Oh.
all the old stuff from Miller,
Mhm.
7-Day Adventist. He's got everything, and he sits down and talks about every subject, and brings it out. Him and his friend, really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Screwed Generation is good too. The
Yeah.
Screwed Generation.
But he doesn't post anything anymore.
No,
the
but-
last time he posted something was about 11 years ago, but he did have some.
No, he got something 5 years ago. That was the
5
last.
years ago. But yeah, it's been a while, and
17
I don't know
years ago is the oldest.
what happened and why he quit posting.
Mhm.
I don't know if anybody knows. Feel free to share. It's called The Screwed Generation. That was the name of his channel.
Mm-hmm.
They are in a process of minimizing their paper trail in their publications.
Yeah.
What they said is now coming back to bite them. That is for sure.
Yeah. They quit printing the Awake.
That's right. Yeah. Well, they don't do it once a year?
No, they quit totally. It went from twice a year, once a year, and now none.
Man, they still have the watchtower, though, of course, because that's what they study in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely minimizing it. And they removed the pyramid on Russell's grave, or at Russell's grave.
Yes, which they did that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they had to get permits to do that, and that's how they got caught in that.
Mm-hmm. And they, hi CJ, and they're just trying to cover their tracks, but it's not going to work. Yep. It's too late. So.
Well, guys, I started to wear an Iron Maiden shirt today, and I figured it was a little too much, so I wore an ARS shirt. Mm-hmm. So if anybody don't know what that says, it says ARS, which stands for Atlanta Rhythm Section. I get asked all the time what it means. So, yeah. I guess because of the rainbow stuff.
They quit printing magazines, now making movies and videos, and got JW stationery and Bible museums. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, because, they have in their headquarters, they have their little, Bible museum there, and that's enough for them. Yeah. They don't want people to really see what was really going on.
Yeah, but they have the finished mystery in there. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. Just like they do here at the assembly.
Oh, they have nursing homes too? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I don't know if anybody knew, but the grave where Russell's buried, they used to sell those plots. That was one of their early ways of making money was selling grave plots.
You can't get over the Aussie Jesus and Gabriel and all that. I know everybody on the drama was from Australia. That was obvious.
Yep. Wow.
Elaine from JW Escape always did a recap on study articles, and also Michael J. Felker, who is not a JW but does rebuttals on the Watchtower study articles. Yeah, heard. I do know who JW Escape is. Yeah, she does do a lot of explaining the Watchtower. Let me see if
I can find those guys real quick.
That's good. Yeah, she's pretty good. It's too late for them. Lots of people are saving their publications and videos, even though they are deleting from their site. Yes, and I would hold on to it because, one, you want to catch them in their lies, and two, their information can be worth money sometime. And some of their old books are worth money, especially if you can get your hands on the finished mystery. That thing's worth some money, I think. Do you know? Didn't you look it up one time on eBay?
Some of them are, yes.
Some of these old books are worth some money. So,
like right now, they got. By the way, eBay has Millions Now Living Will Never Die, and I think it's $265.
The original,
the actual
like
Millions Now Living.
It's a hard copy.
Yeah,
hard book. Yeah,
but you can find those quite frequently, but they're always around $150 to $250.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whenever you see the finished mystery, the book is always closed. Oh yeah. I know. Exactly. Because
has anybody noticed though the front of it has the Egyptian wings?
Yeah.
Because it was in reference to the pyramid.
CJ, your birthday's next Sunday, so happy birthday coming up. Are they on the radio yet?
They used to be.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, Fisher and Russell and A.H. McMillan.
So it's the WT history.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's
That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Those guys, man, they do a really good job.
Oh my goodness, Colin, you're funny. Okay, imagine Peter cuts the slave's ear off, and Jesus says, "That's not a knife, Peter. That's a knife." I love it. This is a knife. Crocodile Dundee. Do you think Watchtower, JW Watchtower, will make an amusement park like the Ark one in Kentucky?
I don't know. They ought to do one like Jim Baker was doing. That would be pretty cool.
What did he do?
He had that amusement park. I forget the name of it, the PTL thing. The thing was huge, man.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, because I don't think they have enough money for that. That's for people like the billionaires out there who, the billionaire Christian organizations out there, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strange World by Iron Maiden is one of Shaq's favorite songs, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I wonder if Watchtower is trying to buy those old books back to destroy them.
They would spend, even if they did, I looked at it one day and was adding up, because like Millions Now Live and Will Never Die was printed in the millions. And there's probably several 100,000 still around. And they sell for 150, 200,000, or 150, 250 a piece. So 150, 250 a piece. It's been $1 billion trying to get rid of those,
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. And they know it. And that's just to get rid of one publication.
So
they're caught in that, and they're not going to waste that kind of money because they got too many lawsuits going out.
Jane thinks they might have one assembly a year and go on Zoom and sell all the Kingdom Halls in the U.S. and hardly have anyone come to their meetings.
Now, you might be right on that, Jane. I've thought that.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be more affordable for them to do it that way.
It would make more sense.
Yes. And have you noticed, too, that their regional conventions are now being held at the assembly halls, which were meant for just circuit assemblies? Never before ever were they able to hold regional conventions, or district assemblies is what we always called them before, and they decided to change the name. I don't know why, but now we were looking online and we saw that most of the conventions are being held at the assembly halls, which can only hold about 2,000 people, I think. Yeah.
Sorry, my dog.
Active JWs have Facebook dating sites.
Wow.
What's the name of that? JW date? And you don't know, they might be faking JWs in there too, because people do pretend. Do you think ICE will go visit Kingdom Halls in states like Texas, California, and Florida looking for illegals? I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, I hear you, happy heretic.
JW.Borg 700 Club.
I love it.
I ripped all my Watchtower literature, threw it in the paper recycle bin, and threw everything else away. My friend I woke up with threw all the literature in the waste bin and said it's not worth recycling. I love it.
Oh, man.
They have to save money. Yes, they do. That's why they're selling all their Kingdom Halls.
Yeah.
And they have to pay for all these lawsuits, which we all know, some of their lawsuits. And I did look up some information about kind of just updates on JW information, JW news. Most of the stuff we already know about, we know about all of their CSA lawsuits. But
Pennsylvania's coming.
And of course, with Norway, they have deregistered the Jehovah's Witnesses, and Jehovah's Witnesses are suing them.
But right. Well, Jehovah's Witness won, then they get an appeal. Now they're going to deregister them again, all over again. It's kind of, I don't know. This time I think it's the final one, so it'll be the final blow. Oh, and Japan's getting their self together on it. So.
Yes. They tell active Jehovah's Witnesses to do Watchtower apps to put time in. Oh, yeah. bad idea. You can be tracked on those apps. That's true. My mom has one of those apps. I never was in it during the time of the downloading the app thing. So I haven't been in since all that started, but I noticed she did have an app where she can count her time and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
imagine a Burning Man event, but with XJW burning books.
That would be good. That would actually be good.
That'd be good.
The Burning Man.
Yeah.
They have a lot of trouble out there. I mean,
yes. So according to when it comes to like, I was looking up like what's the latest with like Europe and what they're going to do to Jehovah's Witnesses. So they're not planning on banning them like Russia did.
May Jehovah bless this live stream.
May Jehovah bless this live stream. I love that. Speak of the devil. My mom is calling. It's okay.
Don't answer.
I have it on Do Not Disturb. Oh, man. So, getting distracted there with that. I'm going to wait till this goes into voicemail before I pull up anything. Okay. So, anyways, like I was saying.
Make sure you didn't answer that.
I didn't. Okay. Answer your mom.
No
way. Bad timing.
She is super witness, guys.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, she was been in it since she was.
We're in a meeting.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are in a meeting right now. So do not disturb. Okay, so
this brother's giving a talk. What a great talk!
It's important. It's an important one. We can't miss it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever noticed when you went to the Kingdom Halls and somebody would give a talk? It'd be the worst thing you ever heard in your life, and everybody'd be like, "What a great talk that brother gave!" You're like, "Were you in the same meeting I was in?" Yes. Everybody does it when they go to the Kingdom Halls or go to the assemblies. Oh, it was such a great. What was it about? I don't know, but it was great.
I would ask my mom that. Hey, how was the meeting? Oh, it was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, well, what was the talk about? I don't know. I have to check my notes.
Yeah, like
they went into that like that Shaq was saying, like you go into that hypnotic state, you know. So then I guess it's almost like like hypnotherapy.
Yeah,
but it's not therapy.
Visualize yourself in a blank field with nothing. Now picture a stream.
The religion is struggling at this point. It's either a theme park or governing body action figures. Collect all 11.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that.
Somebody needs to get one of those AI printers.
You'd buy a Mark Sanderson action figure in a blink. Okay.
Or what do they call those printers? The ones that print little action figures.
Who? No, what?
There's a printer that you can get. Oh,
really?
Yeah, and it'll print little plastic action figures and stuff for you.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
You can sell those online.
No.
You know, because
by the way, guys,
governing body.
Throw something out there. If anybody wants some bumper stickers to show support that you're not for Jehovah's Witnesses, send us an email or either donate just enough to cover postage, and we'll send everybody a bumper sticker. And what it says is not charging for the bumper stickers, but it's like learn more about Jehovah's Witnesses at Facts on JW or JW Facts.
We just send people to the jwfacts.com website, and it's a little bumper sticker. Yeah. And we do have a couple of some t-shirts too that says the same thing.
Yeah, but those are not for sale. But
okay,
just the bumper stickers are not for sale. Just pay for the postage. We'll send them to you if you guys want.
Yeah, we do have a bunch.
And they're nice. They're vinyl. They don't fade.
I'll see if I can
UV protected vinyl. They're really nice bumper stickers.
Yes, might be in here.
No, they're not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know where they are, and so
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they're in the other room.
We will show them to you later.
Yeah.
So my niece went to a JW convention in South America.
That's what I was just reading. Yeah.
And Watchtower made all travel plans, hotel, airfare, and had a group. Someone got big bucks for that.
Huh.
Yeah. Hi, folks. I'm an exjw, but now I fully follow the Lord Jesus, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That's James Gibbs.
Good for you, James.
Mark Sanderson in Paradise Gear only, loincloth and a sword blazing. I love it. Yeah. Well, beard or no beard? Tell me that. Yeah. You know, because he's bald, but he likes showing that beard. As soon as they allowed it, boom, he was wearing that beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
The mind monkeys. I love it.
Boggles.
There we go.
Mark is going to be in heaven. Remember?
Oh,
Mark Sanderson. Yeah, because he's a governing body member.
Who was it I was just watching? I think it was Loesch talking about being one of God's sidekicks. You know, the faithful and discreet slave will go to heaven and rule with Jesus
forever.
Yeah,
and
forever.
They will always
that was
rule.
Loesch, right?
Yeah, they will always rule. Obviously, we know.
Oh, with Jesus, co-equal.
Yeah, equal to Jesus.
I was like, wow, did he just say that?
Like, they don't even think of themselves as a little below Jesus.
Yeah. Right.
They double talk too much.
Yeah, that was Loesch. It's the one where he talks about be careful of the truth, or, you know, only follow the governing body and what they have to say. Don't listen to anybody else. Where he's telling people not to even watch the news and listen to it. It's crazy. As this proves that they're scared. They know their days are numbered.
Yep, they do.
Yeah. But he compares himself. That's basically, he's comparing himself with Christ. Him and his buddies.
Did you hear about the JW survey done for only Canadian Jehovah's Witnesses? No, I haven't heard about that.
No, I saw the one in Sheffield, England done.
So what is the survey about? What is this about?
Oh, no. It might have been Sheffield, Canada. Maybe I did see that. Yes.
Okay. So,
but they didn't let nobody else. It was just Jehovah's Witnesses, correct?
Well, what is it about? The last convention talks made it like they were above Jesus.
That's true. Only JW. Yeah, Canadian JWs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. They have their to-go bags ready. They think the end is coming. My mom has her to-go bag ready, but they mostly talk like it's just for like emergency situations, but they also throw in like the end is coming, a combination.
Wally covered it. That's right. That's where I saw it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can we, Mikey, talk about it in JW? JW thoughts. Okay, I didn't know Kim and Mikey. I usually watch all their episodes too. I didn't see it.
This survey is made by a JW company asking about what is good and bad about Jehovah's Witnesses in Canada. Wow. Interesting.
Huh. Considering they've lost a lot of membership there, it's kind of, that is interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because they're getting a lot of resistance from Canada. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Well,
you know, it sounds like that was slanted. So maybe they paid Sheffield University to do that.
Maybe so. Well, we also know that Europe is not happy with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Like they're not going to ban them, just like Russia did. They don't want to take it to that extreme. But what they want them to do is deregister them.
Hi, James. Nice to see you on here. I don't think I saw you before.
James, waiting for the return of
Tony Tight Pants. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I've been going through a lot of videos lately. And guess whose videos are popping up again? On jw.org?
Yeah, Anthony Morris has
I don't know what's going on. Some of them that's been down are now back up.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
JW surveys asked about lifestyle shunning, and they must try let me see. A college did it and trying to make it recruit Jehovah's Witnesses. Huh.
Yeah.
Paid by Watchtower. Well, what did they think about shunning? Yeah. Tony will be in tight pants in heaven. I'm just kidding. I love that. Yes.
Oh, guys, that's awful because a leotard and a bow and arrow went through my mind. That's scary.
Yes.
Tony. I wonder if Tony's got a beard now.
I doubt it. I think that's one of the
Yeah,
reasons
he's
he
hardcore.
left, because he wasn't going along with all their changes. Let women wearing pants, men not needing to wear a suit and tie, can have a beard, not having to count time. So much has changed. And now you can say hello to this fellowship one person at the Kingdom Hall or invite them to a meeting, whereas before you couldn't do that at all. I can't wait to hear stats on results of active JWs that have done the survey. Me too. I'd like to know about that. I heard about the survey. I'm expecting to be more frequent. It's to be more frequent now. The Watchtower is trying to collect data to justify the religious practices to the court. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I think that go ahead,
That's a
because
nightmare dream.
It's not going to work. Brother Morris, the only governing body member in history to have kids. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, Tony. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he didn't. The only one in history, huh?
That's interesting. I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, because most of them, they always told us not to have children. So,
yeah.
I mean, although there are plenty who do, you're not supposed to.
Tony Morris.
Tony Morris is a leotard hunting wildlife.
Yeah.
With bow and arrow.
That's scary.
Yeah, I would think that active Jehovah's Witnesses probably, they need to know things are failing. And if they're smart, they'll realize that things are not the way they used to be. Although it's hard because, they want to put their blinders on and pretend that they don't see anything, any changes. And if it's changes, it's Jehovah who did it and it's okay. I honestly wonder how many people might wake up as they try to answer the survey thoughtfully and honestly. Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, another good song popped in my mind. The person that mentioned Iron Maiden earlier. I don't know if you know the song Holy Smokes.
Me?
I know you don't know it.
I know. Well, maybe if you sang it.
No, you got to have British humor for that one. It's still a good song.
Mm-hmm. Oh, could you imagine another Let?
Oh, no.
No.
One's
so
enough.
Crazy. I love how Wally talks for him.
He's got it down
He's
pat.
really good at it.
Yeah. I love the ring he uses. That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yes.
What's Let?
Let 2.0.
Oh,
is that right?
Yeah. I think that's what, is that what Wally calls
it? Name a song, ARS song.
ARS? Spooky? Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you.
Okay.
Doraville, my favorite song by them. Oh, Not Gonna Let It Bother Me Tonight. Champagne Jam. There's bunches.
Tony Morris and Stephen Lett cover 666 by Iron Maiden at the next convention.
Do what?
It's Tony Morris and Stephen Lett cover 666 by Iron Maiden at the next convention.
For it is a human number, and that number is 666.
Yeah.
I was alone. I never knew.
Yeah.
I love that song, actually. Number of the Beast.
I've always, even as a witness, I always thought Stephen Lett did have a very unusual way of speaking to people, like they were children, It was annoying and kind of dumb. They need to give Lett a Botox injection without telling him. Yes, so he can stop moving his mouth all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Stephen Lett, he's special.
Yep.
He thinks people are 2 years old. He treats them like they're 2 years old.
Yes, he does. It's really annoying to listen to him. I mean, Oh, maybe he's autistic. Yeah, Jane says that's cool. Yeah, he might be.
Actually, I think somebody said that he normally doesn't talk like that. I think his niece said that, and he doesn't.
He doesn't normally talk that way.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. So let is the best way to not get any more members.
Oh yeah.
Let's let him be a pioneer again. Yeah, it's true. That would be good.
You know, you can play 60 seconds of something without, or 30 seconds without getting demonetized, right?
Oh.
Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
Okay. All right, turn it off before we get.
I had to do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good though. I like that. Cart witnessing and door to door is so scary. Surprised they still do it. Yeah. Well, I would say door to door is more scary than cart witnessing. At least with cart witnessing, you just stand there, you know. But what happens at cart witnessing is you'll have people who know the Bible who will come up to the Jehovah's Witnesses. I've just watched one of these. This man who was he's very knowledgeable in the Bible, and he would come up to them. He was very nice and tried to strike a conversation with them and ask them about, like, in 1968 they were saying that 1975 was going to come and that was going to be the end, and Deuteronomy tells you how that not to listen to a false prophet. So of course, you know, he had this really nice conversation, and they were trying to run away from him and they wouldn't listen to him. All they would just say is like, well, things change and we don't smoke cigarettes anymore. So I'm like, well, what does that have to do with the false prophecy? So they skirt the issue and they say they have to go. They don't even want, they say, we're not here to discuss anything. They don't know apologetics. They can't do it. They just tell you to go to the website, or if you want to study with them and, you know, answer paragraph and answer the question, you know, mindlessly. That's all they know to do.
And here's the thing, CO visits with that, you also got to have commentary. Like if you play the short and there is no commentary and it goes right into another video, that can also get you in some issues. Had you ever wondered how these people do these video breakdowns of music? And that's because they play it and then they do a breakdown of it.
But he was only playing 15 seconds.
Yeah, but there's if you just make one mistake and there's no commentary, it can get you.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Like my friend Jay, he got I have a friend that has another YouTube channel and he got demonetized big time, but he was playing whole songs. But
okay, I mean, I don't even know how you'd get around that. Okay, no commentary, got you. Yeah, I guess that's what you'd have to do, is you have to comment constantly every few seconds.
Yeah, you do. If you don't, they will get you, because it has to go in line with commentary. Without, if you just went music, even 5 seconds without it and went straight to another video, it'll get you.
So they haven't come to your town, Zoini, anymore? Haven't seen them in months. I guess they're back to writing letters. Yeah, they don't come around our neighborhood much at all. Like, rare.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Like maybe once a year, I would say, if that.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I would say about once a year. Yeah. So I can see that it could be dangerous, homeless and mentally ill, wandering around if they're a cart witnessing. Yeah. Because sometimes they don't go on the best side of town to do that.
Who we know. Not here.
I mean, a lot of times it's like downtown. Downtown's never safe, you know.
Well, they do in front of the courthouse a lot, though.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, as far as safety goes.
Yeah.
I was actually at a Sunday meeting today in the Kingdom Hall, since I promised that on the last live stream. Oh, okay. So what was that like? When I was still in, and I noticed they were telling us to tell people to go to the website, field service lost any value. It might have still had to me.
Did you notice how many people have left since the last time, or how long have you been out?
Yeah, Jeff, how long have you been out? So I know, like, Well, I mean, when I was in, it was all about use the reasoning of the scriptures book. If you come across, they wanted us to be able to argue in a positive way our beliefs, and now they don't. There's an elderly couple who work a book cart right in front of my job. It's depressing. Oh, yeah, that is sad.
That's sad, man. And you know, the sad part is they're good people that's in there. They're just badly misled.
Yes.
And it's the leadership. The leadership are disgustingly awful people.
Jeff's been out for 4 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're newer than me. And I've been out for 7.
Yeah.
There, I like how Wally dresses up like with the Mickey Mouse gloves.
I love it.
I love it. He's so funny. I have to play his video.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'll get demonetized for that.
Yeah, don't. Because it's longer than 60. That thing goes on.
Well, no, it's Wally's.
Yeah, but you probably would because it's copyright under YouTube restrictions. They work by me. Yeah.
They worked by me Thursday, but didn't call me. Was hoping for a Bible study.
All right.
They have to send people to the website because they may not get the new light switched on.
That is true. That's what they're trying to prevent. They don't want people interacting much because they are scared they're going to lose another member, and they know it. They know all you have to do is show them the truth, and they're gone. No, not everybody. There's hardcores like her mom, but
8 years you questioned, but my last meeting was a little over 4 years ago. Okay. They said hello to me and asked some questions, how I was and so on, and why I never show up at the meetings anymore. I left 3 years ago. Was like 20 people at the meeting, mostly older. Yeah. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah, it's about all gone. It's same here.
And then it's just like an interrogation. Hey, why haven't you been to the meetings? Where do you live now? What congregation you go to? Blah, 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 blah.
You know, has anybody thought about this? If everybody around the world, like Zoni's in what, Sweden somewhere?
I think so.
Yeah. And then people in the UK, everybody's saying the same thing. They go to the meetings, hadn't been there in forever, and the meeting, the attendance has dropped in half or less.
Okay, Shaq's going to be Garrett Loesch for Halloween. Buying a rubber Ronald Reagan mask. Yeah, that would be good. We should dress up as the governing body members for Halloween. I love dressing up for Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. Just because I like to dress up. I love costumes.
Oh, we went to a convention, and it was half the people there.
Well, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna give you an update.
We got pictures we could post of the one we went to.
We just have one picture and that I did.
You guys would be amazed because this place used to be packed.
I wish I could send it over to.
Yeah, no, we got to get this all fixed where we can and share.
Well, so what I'll do is I'm going to find this picture that I have. I took a picture 2 years ago of a Sunday meeting.
Actually, I think somebody said that he taught.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to look for this picture, and Anthony's going to keep y'all busy in the meantime.
Well, I'm entertaining myself.
Let me see. Wait, no, not that picture. Let me see. There was another picture that I like that's really funny. Oh, this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. That's not the one in the Kingdom Hall.
No, but it's just funny as heck. Do y'all remember this picture? It just made me laugh so bad. I mean, it's old now, but I think it's funny. The only hardcore JWs that are in position since it matters to them. Yeah. I'm glad the elders didn't catch me when I made my escape. That's true. Yeah. You just have to, you can just go, fade out, fade away. The elders are really warning Jehovah's Witnesses about avoiding apostates. I know, of course you heard in the convention, they even made it sound really realistic. Like the apostate one was like, look, I just learned some information. I just want to share it with you. And now my eyes are open and I'm realizing what's going on. And of course, like Satan,
At Long Beach. Oh, cool. Oh, that's right. You're
I'm
Long
going
Beach.
undercover for 6 screens
Yeah.
on a Saturday at the Long Beach Convention Center next month. I'll email you some pictures.
Yeah.
Yay!
I used to love to go to the convention center there. Saw some great concerts there, man.
You loved getting dressed up for Halloween? Yeah, yeah. Woohoo! Of course, you know, all the exjws out there, you got to celebrate every holiday at least once.
When I first moved to California, I lived in Northridge. Then I moved to Corona, then Fountain Valley.
What type of dating pool will the teenage Jehovah's Witnesses have at the conventions now? I know. I still remember walking in circles in the arena during lunch. Yeah, I do too.
Oh, I never saw that pic.
Yeah.
Oh,
you've
yeah, the
never seen
dating
it?
pool is, it's nothing, man. It's
Yeah.
awful, actually. It's kind
Oh,
of, that is sad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a good subject. How many single Jehovah's Witness out there are going to have someone to marry? And are they going to have to marry an unbeliever?
Yeah.
Because there's no one to choose
They're not
from.
allowed to, though.
Well, that doesn't mean they won't. I
The
mean,
sad
people
thing
people
is-
can do it. It's not. It's against. It doesn't. It's not a shunning offense. The sad thing is the talks at the meeting were nothing new.
Yeah.
The same talk could be from 5 years ago, and the new watchtower I got was really boring as usual. I can only stay for the morning session. It's too much. I go Saturday morning session to see how many get baptized. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We should do that.
That would be the good one, yeah.
We should do the Saturday morning.
Because there was nobody hardly got baptized when we went.
Well, they announce how many get baptized, and I always write it down. But I know that when we went 2 years ago, it was around 4,000 in attendance on a Sunday. And I forget how many were baptized, but I know it wasn't much.
Yeah, it was very small.
Yeah.
Because I remember you going, I can't believe it's that small.
Yeah, because see, I was used to like double the amount of people there.
Yeah.
And
At
course,
that convention center. Yes.
And of course, they have their conventions mostly at the Assembly Hall now, which only holds like 2,000 people.
Well, the Long Beach Arena, that thing's huge. I don't know if that's big.
The dating pool was great for us brothers. Okay, so yeah, I guess there's more females than males in there.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
They have to keep that a secret.
Yeah. Maybe I should get baptized and then disassociate after I got the towel.
You're funny.
It's funny, yeah. That would be cool.
Man, I'm gonna just look at my phone. Just keep getting
I
up in
think
there.
the most go on Saturday for the baptism. Oh, really? Well, I always thought it was Sunday because of the dramas, but now they're always making dramas every day. So I don't know. Maybe we should try a Saturday morning then.
Yeah. David.
If she's pioneering, I'm automatically not interested. Not like that. I'm trying to find this picture. Oh, here we go.
Well, if you're having any problems and
Here.
anything's wrong in your life, just pioneer to make it better.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a picture. Yay. All right, well, partial anyways.
Oh, where's Jane?
Okay, ready to see? This is a picture I took about 2 years ago. This was the regional convention.
And that thing used to be packed.
Yeah, so it's really not that many people.
Yeah, it's like half.
I wonder if I could turn it.
Oh, yeah, Jane. I got her.
So. Yeah, and here's another picture, like a little more of a close-up, where you can see on the edge over there, there's not, it's like nobody hardly there. So there's the picture that I took. Yeah.
Well, trying to.
I had 2 elders sit outside of my apartments spying on me. They finally knocked on my door. I didn't answer. What? God, they're so annoying. I mean, you can fade, of course, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to come around and try to talk to you, try to find out what you're really doing, what you're really up to, because they're so freaking nosy. But the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to just hide. Yeah, don't answer the door. Don't talk to them. Stay away.
Yeah.
What's going on? Your phone?
Nothing. I was trying to do something, but I was doing
Okay.
something else. Doing something.
I remember at the convention, people bum rushing the doors to get in first to hold seats. Oh, I know. I remember that too. And man, they would talk to us about that. Like the elders would scold everybody in meetings about like not holding seats and don't going in earlier than when the doors open. And then when the doors would open, everybody was like pushing and shoving. You're like, man, I thought we were supposed to be Christians here and be nice and kind. And no, they're not. And I would walk in first thing when they would open the doors, and I'd look around and a bunch of seats would already be taken. And I'm like, there's no way. They had already came in there and somebody let them in, breaking the rules. Got on my nerves. I went last year. It didn't have the usual amount. And then, Shaq, you went last 2 years undercover. There were just about 4,000 in Long Beach. The arena seats 13,500. I remember having to get there early and saving seats 15 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, ever since the pandemic, too, I'd say more and more people have left.
Man, I can't count the shows I saw.
You have time to think about what you're learning, and you don't really. You were on Zoom, so you're not really paying attention. So you start probably questioning what's going on and not even caring anymore. Because even if you believe in it, like I always felt like, well, this was the only way. At the same time, I hated going to the meetings and didn't like going out in service. Just keep your phone with you so you can have.
Well, that arena there holds about 10,000 and only 4,000 was there.
Oh, no, it holds more than that.
I think it holds about 10,000.
More than that, because I remember one year at that same convention center, we had about 14,000 people.
Oh my!
1 year, yeah, and it was crazy. I think it can hold probably 16,000. But
Long Beach is bigger, I promise. So I don't know how that is.
Well, I don't know, but we had 14,000 one year, and now it's 4.
Yeah.
The last I checked. I still have some JW friends that keep asking me if I'd like to go to the convention. I always politely decline the offer. That's always why that's why they use the assembly halls now, because they don't need as many people.
Oh yeah, they're having a bunch of meetings.
I asked my mom about that.
Halls. Yeah.
I was like, why are they using the assembly hall for the convention? Because I want to see what her answer was. She's like, oh, they're breaking it up because there's just so many Jehovah's Witnesses going to the convention now that they have to break it up into smaller groups. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
Yes. I had an elder tell me that some elders are checking Facebook and catching Jehovah's Witnesses celebrating holidays and partying, disfellowshipping and reproving people. It's like,
I've actually heard that. So that is true.
Aggravating.
Yeah.
I can't believe they do that. It's like, what is their goal here? Do they want converts, or do they want to get rid of the converts they have? It's like, if you're going to be overbearing and over controlling, how do you think you're going to keep your members in?
They want you to fight to get back as a member, to get your family back that they have control over, so you'll never leave again.
But what if your family members all start leaving? Then they have no control.
That's true.
That's what's happening.
But try to get them all to leave. Your mom would never leave.
Well, some of them do leave.
Yeah.
At least half will leave for sure. But in fact, in her family, it was her mother, her father, who were Jehovah's Witnesses. There were 4 siblings, including her, and only she and her parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. Nobody else. So that's more than half that were out in her family.
Well, your half brother, half sister, they'll never leave.
Yeah.
They're hardcore. Matter of fact,
on my dad's side, though, his kids, he has.
Her dad's side's kids are like that.
Well, I think, I mean, he had 5 kids, 2 with another lady, and then 3 with my mom. The 3 of us are out. The other 2 never left. His older 2 kids.
And then their kids and grandkids.
Well, some of them have
there's
left.
one story that's awful.
Yeah, some of them have left, but a lot of them in that, I don't know why, but a lot of them in that family have.
They dropped a 14, 15-year-old girl off at a shelter?
She was about 13, I think. 13 or 14. It was my great niece.
Yeah.
And she got baptized because her parents made her when she was 11, although she said she never really believed in it. And because she wouldn't conform to their ways, they got rid of her by taking her to an orphanage in another state and abandoned her. And she said she never heard from them again after the age of 16. And she's like 25.
And get this, her dad joins during the Rutherford era. Of course, he was a lot older than her mom. So,
who are you talking about?
Your dad.
Oh, my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad actually, which I've said this before, he went to prison for not going to World War II. And he was in prison with Daniel Sidlick for not going to war.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting story.
Yeah.
So much for everyone flocking to Jehovah's Mountain in the last days. I love it. Yes. I was telling someone about the pros and cons between fading versus disassociating. One of the cons of fading is people still trying to encourage you. It gets annoying. Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you disassociate, they completely cut you out totally. Now, if you have family in it and friends that you want to stay in touch with, then I could see why you'd want to fade. But if you don't, then, and you're annoyed with it, just disassociate, write a letter, and they'll leave you alone.
Yep.
I'm celebrating my birthday on my WhatsApp to see what would happen. Nothing so far.
Yeah, try doing it on Facebook, though. That's where you get it.
Well, he's saying that there's the elders who are lurking around.
Right. They go to Facebook and check it out. I've actually saw that somewhere.
Well, he probably...
I think I saw it on Reddit.
But he wants to hide. You want to hide your birthday celebration so that the elders don't see you on Facebook?
You could hide it there, but...
How could he hide it on Facebook? If he
You can't hide it on Facebook.
Okay, then don't suggest that.
No, I mean, if he's wanting to hide, but if he's just wanting to say, hey, look, here's what I'm doing,
it depends.
And kiss my hind end.
Yeah, so if you...
I would have been a terrible witness because I'm very rebellious by nature. I would have been like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
And I'm a rule follower. So I grew up, obeying my parents. And I wanted to do what they told me, and I believed what they taught me. So I always tried, but then what would happen is I would get discouraged because I didn't feel like I could follow all the rules, and I never felt uplifted when I'd go to the meetings. I felt discouraged and angry and sad. Yeah, because it's a lot of negative. Everything's negative there.
Yeah.
My JW brother told me the war in Israel and Iran might lead to the Great Tribulation. Yeah, well, they said that about the Twin Towers falling. They said that about COVID. I mean, they've said that throughout history. Probably said it World War I, World War II.
Definitely World War II. 6 million Jews put in concentration camps. Jeez, man.
Yeah. What about that? That was worse than what we're going through now.
No, the 1500s. If anybody wants to see bad times, just look at all the things and the wars, the famine, the death, the plagues, the volcanoes killing 1 million people, and just all these crazy things. 1500s.
Yeah, it's sad that they live in constant fear.
The whole world was at war in the 1500s. Crazy. Oh, and you had a religious revolution going on.
When Anthony Morris got kicked out, I wanted to start a card writing campaign to Bethel and apostates. Send Anthony a thinking of you card.
Man, he was the best thing that happened for us. I'm telling you. He always kept it fun.
Okay, you're not hiding. They have my... Oh, okay. Well, then post your birthday on Facebook. And wherever else you want. Instagram, TikTok.
We know somebody. We know them. We're not really close to them or nothing. But when her mother was alive, she was a witness. But she kept getting disfellowshipped a lot. But when her mother passed away, now she does political things. She does birthday things all over her Facebook. You know who. No. Amy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I knew how to work the system. I knew what rules to follow, but inside I was an independent thinker. Look where the independent thinking led me. Yes. Which is the craziest JW book? Oh, that's a good question.
Oh,
The craziest JW book. I might
there's
say,
a bunch of them, man.
No, I got one over here. Let me go get it.
No, I was if excluding Russell or including Russell. That's what I need to know. Oh yeah, that's a modern one. That's the craziest modern one.
I would say this one here is pretty crazy.
I would
Revelation, its grand climax at hand. Now, I know it is not old. Like
it's old light though.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, they don't use it anymore. It was
And how many times do you have to study that book?
3 times. 1988 was when it was published. But I just remember we had this in the book study. And, there's a lot of scary pictures in here. Let's see. A lot of scary pictures in here. And I just remember reading through this, of course, when we had to study. And I would have bad dreams, nightmares. My brother and I we both had really bad dreams. So I'd say this could probably be a pretty crazy book if you read it. And if you happen to know of any others, I would love to hear.
Well, Russell, Thy Kingdom Come.
He said excluding Russell.
Oh, excluding. Okay, yeah.
Well,
Rutherford,
he just rambled, in my opinion.
Anything from the 1917 or 18 until 1929 is really, really, really crazy. And then everything from 29 to 42, I think it was when he died, is crazy.
Yeah.
But it fell more in line with what they teach. But man, that stuff between 17 to 29, that's another level of nuts.
Yeah. And someone asked if they'll ever allow female elders and ministerial servants.
No, never.
No, they hate women.
Yeah.
They do.
That's why so many of them are denying the fact of their sexuality. That's, they deny it and lie and hide it because but they really hate women.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so it's a lot of weird images in here and creepy stuff for sure. Which children, I was a child having to read this. So it's definitely creepy. Yeah. And it could give a child, bad dreams for sure, I think. Because it did me.
Divine Plan of the Ages is also another good one from Russell.
Okay.
Rutherford, bunch of them.
Oh, you'll remember the illustration of the locust in the Revelation book.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to look that one up. Oh, speak of the devil. Look what I turned to.
Rutherford.
Russell.
Oh, is it Russell?
1914.
Oh, it is.
1914 foreseen.
He had no clue. Hand me Rutherford's book right over there. The one about our Lord Savior or whatever our Lord saves.
Maybe women ministerial servants, they could make that work. Yeah, maybe. Because if they run out of men, because they're letting the men now in their 20s become elders, I think, right?
Right.
In their 20s. That was just unheard of. Which book?
Both of the Rutherford books right there.
Okay, which is The Millions Not Living?
Yeah. And the other one. Yeah.
Which we've already shown this.
We've already shown them, but
these two books.
Where it says Russell had no clue that 1914 was going to be represented the way it is today. That's all Rutherford. It was supposed to be the end of times. It was it. Because Jesus took the throne in heaven in 1784.
Half of the men behaved
or
like
1884.
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1874.
They gossip. They gossip worse than the women do. Yes. Revelation and Live Forever book both have some creepy stuff in them. Both bloody red books.
Yeah.
I studied in the Live Forever book to get baptized. Yeah.
Yeah, 1874. It says there are two important dates here that we must not confuse, but clearly, definitely, namely, good Lord, definitively, namely, to began of the time of the end and the presence of the Lord. The time of the end embraced the period from 1799 AD, as above indicated, to the time of the complete overthrow of Satan. Yeah, I know. the empire. And hold on, and the establishment of the king of the Messiah, the king of the Messiah. The time of the Lord's second presence dates from 1874.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
you get me messed up when you do
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm just trying to be silly.
That's it. I mean, it's what it says.
Mhm.
And they did not believe 1914 until 1929, when Rutherford started saying, guess what? 1914 was really when Jesus took the throne in heaven. Before that, they never even considered it. It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Okay, so Karaoke says a small congregation had a sister do the last prayer and hand out the microphones. Where was that at? Okay, perhaps the brothers had laryngitis. Maybe. Paradise Lost to Paradise Regained, with the unbearded Jesus and children falling into the core of the earth.
1804.
Oh.
1803.
Yeah, I've heard of that book, but I am not familiar with it. It's before my time. I studied the Live Forever book when I got baptized. So did I. The next year, the teaching book was the knowledge book. Yep. I guess I was the last of the Live Forever book era. Yeah, me too, probably. Well, I don't know. I mean, we studied with it for a little while, and then it was the knowledge book. I remember doing that one. Can you comment on that paragraph in your own words? Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because
Sorry,
it's like, why? Like, it's all right there, and they want you to regurgitate the information. So how is it in your own words in the end? It's really just whatever they tell you to do. I know they got on my nerves with that when I was growing up. They would always be like, now make sure you underline the answer and say it in your own words. Oh, stupid.
Yeah, Jesus took the throne in heaven in 1874.
So that was in California, huh?
What's that?
Well, they are more advanced there and with things that they do in California. But they had a woman say the last prayer and pass their microphones in California. It was a small congregation. I guess
it had to have been a small. They will do that if it's a real small congregation without. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have enough men, I guess.
Yeah.
Coco. You go pee pee outside. A little dog's down here. I was born in, but got baptized in the knowledge book generation. Okay. Everybody is moving out of California. Cost of living is high. That's for sure.
Oh,
That's what I hear. Yeah, too expensive.
Look, I left there in 93, and what I was paying for rent, I come and rented the same floor plan of apartment here. Went from $1,500 a month to $500 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was only 15 to 20 members in the congregation in California, and the sister was a regular pioneer. So that's only that would be the only reason they would have let her. She'd have to be a regular pioneer, and she covered her head. Okay. Yeah. Make sure she does that. How's this for a scary image for you, huh? Yeah. Yes.
Well, not only that, if anybody ever asked what Rutherford thought before 1929 and what Russell actually taught, let's see. Which page is it? This one right here. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Back it up over this way. Oh, there we go. There you go. 1914 was the time of the end, not the time of Christ's return.
Mm-hmm. Here goes another creepy image.
What's that?
Trying to get it.
A squid?
It says the fifth bowl exposes the throne of the wild beast as being the authority Satan has given to the wild beast. So that's Satan. And then that's the wild beast.
No wonder you had nightmares as a kid.
And overthrown. Yeah. I'm out in New Mexico. It's the perfect place to move to fade. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's kind of remote out there, isn't it?
Places of it is. Native reservations. Lots and lots of native reservations.
Mm-hmm. In that book, the picture you just showed only white men in heaven with Jesus. No female people are as remnant. Yeah, that's
no
true.
people of color neither.
Yeah, it looks like that's true. It's always males, isn't it, as angels? I would totally fade in Mexico. I faded out from the rest of the whole world. Yeah. So, well, they don't like to use any of their information in here anymore because it doesn't coincide with their current light. Page 52 has a demon hand. Oh, okay, let's look that up. Demon hand. I did dream about demons. Maybe that's why. Demon hand? I don't see a demon hand.
Page 52.
That's page 52.
Let me see.
Well, is this the Revelation book that has the demon hand? Where are all of the brothers, teenage ministerial servants, and 21-year-old elders?
Yeah, it does right there. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's right. I remember they talked about that. That's creepy. Look at that. Can you see? I'm going to try to angle it properly. There we go. And then I can't quite see. I think it's right there. So.
Yeah.
No, wait. Right here. Right there. That's the demon hand. There. Okay.
Heard about
the only in-person meeting I went to was the memorial. That was the only mistake I made in fading.
Wow, this thing's moving fast now.
The only person in meeting. Okay. So why do you feel like that was a mistake? I mean, because were people calling you and stuff and wanting to know why you don't come back? Not a dragon with fireballs. Now I won't be able to go to sleep. I need my little Noah figurine now.
Oh.
That is a creepy demon hand. That is true. Like,
yeah,
it is creepy.
Yeah.
It's like, no wonder I had bad dreams. Some person places in a mirror on those pictures and it looks like creepy stuff. Yeah. There are definitely some creepy stuff. There's also that there's definitely some weird stuff that they're drawings that they've done.
Yeah, they've done a lot of penises in there.
Oh, can you say that?
Yeah, you can say that. I mean, it's an appendage.
Okay. Well, yeah, because y'all remember the songbook where in the back it looked like a penis? Yeah. I'll see if I can find. I don't know if I have a songbook.
We do in that one, big, but I think in that storage container that's in the garage. I got to get it out. The big storage container, not the one we were getting stuff out of.
Oh, I don't have one handy. Darn.
No.
Okay. I will have to. I have one.
We got a couple of songbooks.
Yeah, we'll have to get those out.
Got a lot of bound.
I wonder if it was intentional. Yeah, you wonder about that, you know?
Yeah. Well, that was obviously intentional. It shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
that's way out of place.
But also the penis thing, like, why would they?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It was obviously intentional in the couple I saw. Yeah. Well, who was it that pointed those out? Was it Kim and Mikey?
A while back ago. I remember
somebody pointed those out. I can't remember. I was like, man, look at this crazy stuff.
Are JW elders helping Latino JWs with deportation?
Oh man, that is messed up.
I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. I know that the rule was always that if you were here illegally, you weren't allowed to have privileges. Yeah. But because they become desperate, they would start letting them have privileges because they didn't have enough elders and ministerial servants who had papers, who were here legally. When moved to New Mexico, no one in JW in the area knew me at all. Going to the memorial, I kind of outed myself, and I see people I saw at the memorial who worked the book carts in front of my job. Darn. Well, I can see why you would have been better if you hadn't gone, probably.
New Mexico is one of those places that's just too cold for me.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, though.
Yep.
But I'm a desert guy. I love the desert. It's my favorite
you
place.
never saw a penis in the literature? Well, it's in the songbook.
It's in a couple of different books, but the songbook, yes.
I will have to go find one. I wish I had it right here, but I do not.
Yeah,
but I
just
saw
type in their material.
Yeah, I will.
it should show up.
Well, I think I might have one in the other book. Yeah. So, anyways,
because I watched that whole thing that somebody had on that, and it was really good.
Yes, I remember that.
I know Mike and Kimmy's done some stuff. I don't know if it was them or someone else that done something about it. You know, it's been a lot of people, exjws, that said channels.
Yeah, the songbook was altered after people noticed that they replaced the black man with a white man.
Oh yeah,
that's true. But if you happen to have the old songbook, I'm gonna go see if I have it.
Okay.
I think it might be in the other room. It has an XJW brother who covers a lot of the hidden images.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was. It was somebody I know.
Yeah,
I saw that on, so it was really cool. This is apostate collectors. You know, man, you go through some of that old material, you find so much stuff. There's so much hidden things that you know somebody in the writing committee was bored. And they were PMO or something, had to have been.
I got it.
No, it wasn't Ruby Quinn.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
You ready? I got the old one.
Oh, you do?
One with the black man on the back. And you can see right there. What's that look like to you?
Oh, yeah.
This looks weird. It's like, that doesn't look like a finger or a hand to me.
I hope we can show that. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
It's like, what kind of perverts do they have in Bethel?
Yeah.
Because they're the ones drawing this stuff. What is?
Oh, my. Yeah, it was very obvious. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's like they do like perverted stuff like that, and then they'll have like creepy stuff with that demonic hand and stuff. It's like, what are they thinking?
Yeah.
They would say church steeples are phallic. Yeah, they they snuck it into the songbook. That's true.
Oh, okay, Quinn, right. Okay, maybe that is where I saw it. I don't know. Kim and Mikey did cover it. Okay. I know I saw it somewhere, and I used to watch them a lot. So.
The songbook is now an apostate collector's item, yeah.
Oh, right.
Texas, yes. That is true, isn't it? Let's see, when was this one done? 2009. So they've changed it since then, of course. And that wasn't that long ago, really.
That's funny. You still got that.
I know. I even wrote my name in it. And what congregation I was in.
That's the part I'm scared of. Because yeah, don't show that.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying it. I wrote that because you put your name in the front and the congregation you belong to.
At least your name is Casey.
Yeah.
Casey.
Yep. So this one was my personal songbook. It's in pretty good shape. Must not use it that much. Kidding.
Yeah, there's so much craziness they've done and so many crazy things they've said.
Yeah. All right. Someone so Jeff thinks that maybe the person who drew that was a PMO in his album.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, they're bored. They're out there. They're there in the writing committee or the drawing room, and they're like,
I'm gonna throw these people off.
Yeah.
But also, like, do you remember the drama in 2016 about the young woman who gets this fellowship and her parents will talk to her? This is Joey. Say hello, Joey. He's our sweet little baby. Coco wants attention too. Yeah, don't pick her up though. She bites. So, do you remember the drama of 2016 where the young woman who she got this fellowship and she said, if only my mom would have answered the phone. It would have been the one thing that would have kept me out of the organization. Well, it turns out she has now left the truth.
Oh, yeah.
She's no longer Jehovah's Witness. So they don't like to use that video anymore because, well, one, they're kind of embarrassed that they shun. And two, they don't want to use anybody's information or any actor who was hired and who is now an apostate.
Well, Miss Mama.
So I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all knew that, if you knew that about her.
Yeah.
I wonder if the artist got their inspiration from the Disney artist.
Oh, yeah. No, you remember when they did that? The Disney people? They put, oh, well.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so.
Somebody says, hey, Joey.
Hey, Joey.
Jeff.
Yes.
Man. Shaq's laughing. Man. And then they got a lot like demonic faces.
Mm-hmm.
Several of those that's weaved into there. So a couple of nudity things. It was just like female nudity. You're like, geez, man, they got some crazy stuff in there that they wove into their material.
I'll have to look. I remember seeing that online before. That would be a good one to talk about. Maybe.
I hate to bring this up, but what's obvious? If there's an elephant in the room, you got to talk about it. What's going to happen when Samuel Hurd passes away? Do you think they'll replace him with another black guy, or will it be an all-white governing body? I mean, will they continue to have, you guys ever watch South Park Token?
Yeah. Okay, so someone was asking about the lady who was in the drama.
Yeah.
And how do I know? I had heard that and Jeff said she was disfellowship, got reinstated, then turned apostate.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
So these are just things that we had heard. I mean, we would probably, I don't know if it's just rumors, but it
was on Reddit, so I don't know. And then we saw it on a video as well.
Mm-hmm. So maybe someone knew her personally who.
The person on Reddit knew her personally.
Yeah, and then so that must be how it got out.
Oh, hi, doggy. Hello from my dog, Samson. Cool. Apostate Yorkshire Terrier. Oh, cool. That's a Cavacorgi, apostate Cavacorgi.
I wonder if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, it's actually a Kingdom melody. Oh, that would be funny. I love that.
Yeah. No, I probably shouldn't talk about that. You guys, anybody ever watch the movie Stairway to Heaven? Or not, Song Remains the Same, I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of you guys partake in The Devil's Lettuce, do that and watch The Song Remains the Same and listen to the music very carefully.
Okay. Speaking of subliminal images in the Watchtower publications, I just found this information.
Well, God's lettuce. There we
go. The knowledge book. Let me see if I can find it here. There is a.
You're shedding really bad, boy.
There's supposedly an image of. Hold on. Oh, some sort of a horned face resembling Baphomet.
Yeah.
Now, who's that? A demon?
Yeah.
Critics argue that these images are deliberately inserted to convey messages that are not immediately obvious. So I'm not so sure. I don't really see that. Do you? I mean.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so supposedly, I'll let you decide, but this is from the knowledge book. Supposedly, this is a picture of a demon face.
But now, there's like I'm not really lot of
seeing it, but this is what they claim. So
you can see it in this over to that side.
Let me know if you see that.
I keep forgetting everything's in reverse.
Yeah, it's hard to hold this up. Okay. So, wait, this one looks, there we go. Here we go. This is a better picture. Here we go. That looks more like it to me.
There you
Now,
go.
that looks creepy.
Yeah.
What do you think? That's in the knowledge book. Now, why are they putting scary images like that?
It's like a cool tattoo.
I heard that the actor in the Prodigal Son drama is now an exjw, the one who was the self-righteous older brother.
All
The
right.
Prodigal Son video. I don't remember that one.
What's that?
The Prodigal Son video drama.
Yeah, I think I've saw it.
I mean, I'm sure I have seen it. I just can't remember at the moment. The self-righteous older brother. Well, good.
Yeah.
But more that leave, but the better.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it about? Oh, the actor left.
The actor left.
Okay.
He was the self-righteous older brother.
I did not know that. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. They're losing so many members. It's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. Yeah, Shaq composer. Yeah, that's really good because the music will put you in a trance, man. It's really cool.
Oh, you saw the demon face? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. From their literature. Okay. I mean, come on. Oh, okay. Here's another cool one.
What's this?
In the Revelation book. Oh, well, let me just grab that here. Here we go. 159. They had a lot of creepy images in this book.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of subliminal messages in here too.
Yeah, I think it had the most.
Yes. Okay, so there is a hand. There is a face in the hand of.
Oh yeah, that's.
I guess that's
saw
supposed
that.
to be an angel. Well, hold on, I have
It's right
trouble doing this. Okay, so if you look right here, you're gonna see a face in the hand.
No, I know I saw that on Kill Me Mike.
I mean, what for though? I mean, it's see.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, what is the purpose of this?
I don't know. It's like I said, they were bored.
Yeah.
Like,
here's a close-up picture of it.
Oh, let's see the close-up.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, it's like a kid. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I always smoke a little miracle wheat when I need Russell's book.
Yeah, Stephen Lett's niece, she's an apostate. Yeah, that's true.
We've seen her online. She actually told her story about her brother who ended up, unaliving himself. It was really quite sad.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and then get this: his nephew unalives himself, and then he talks about it like, "Oh well, I mean, what kind of evil, sick, twisted man is he? I really think that dude is a demon."
Here goes another creepy, well, just weird. We'll say weird. A face on the thumb of Abraham in the Watchtower magazine of August 15th, 2007. So here is Abraham, and then that's his thumb right there. What's there? See, it's like deformed looking, but they say it looks like a face. So there you go. It does look like a face. Look at that.
Yeah, it was just somebody that was bored.
I think they were just bored. I don't think it meant anything bad. Yeah. I just think they were bored probably, and maybe they didn't really believe in the religion.
Obviously, they didn't believe.
They were just like, I'm going to have fun with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like.
Look, you put it like this: as soon as something's released by Watchtower, and they don't want nobody to know it, everybody in the XJW community has it, and they know that we have it. That's hilarious. I mean, you get contacted to get stuff constantly.
Why do you think that they did this whole apostate video for the drama? Because they know they're listening to us. They know what's going on.
Yep.
Here goes another image in Jesus's hand, January 1st, 2007 Watchtower. So there's Jesus, but then the close-up of his hand is there, and it looks like a face.
A beardless
I
rabbi.
would just say it's just somebody who's bored, probably.
Wait a minute. It's a rabbi without locks? Oh, he's got a beard. Okay.
It's just kind of a face. There's no hair.
No, not Jesus. The image of Jesus. He was a rabbi.
Well, he had beard.
Yeah.
He had a beard. They drew him with a beard.
Okay, good.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this chat. I bid you all good night. It's now after midnight. Hope I can join another chat if I find out when the next one is scheduled.
Every Sunday, 5 o'clock.
That's the plan.
We won't be late, hopefully.
Eastern Standard Time, so that would be
10:30 your time in Great Britain.
Or maybe 10, because we started at 5:30.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Yeah, because we got started late, so apologize for that. And
Thank you so much for joining too.
We're hoping to do like maybe one and during the week soon as well. But we're gonna send out a notification and hopefully it'll work.
Yeah, we're trying to look maybe doing one on Wednesday or Thursday, like midweek, so everybody that don't get a chance to see them on the weekends can see them.
Yeah,
because some people work. So, and
I mean,
we had some subscribers asked us if that was possible.
Well, some people are busy on the weekends, with their family and stuff. And one of the JW Sophia videos, it had a picture of the place where they sacrifice children. Woo!
Oh yeah!
Oh my goodness, that is creepy.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sophia videos, huh? I'm gonna go have to find that one now.
Sophia videos.
This will be a fun one to talk about. All these little creepy subliminal messages. Yes.
I know all the historical stuff. The new stuff is what I really should be looking into more. But it just blows my mind when they say that they still use the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just irked me. It bothers me.
Hey, Beverly. Thanks for joining in.
Oh, hi. Because if they're still using that to make new light, they should put it in jw.org. But they're too chicken.
Mm-hmm. But the Winder said that they actually still use and refer to their old information going back to 1879.
Yeah.
So, why are they doing that if that's old light and it's supposedly apostate information? But it's actually kind of fun looking up this stuff. All their little creepy images and stuff.
Oh, it's amazing, man, to see some of this stuff. That's what I need to be doing, is some more of their newer stuff.
Well, even the old stuff is good because it still counts, because they believe that Armageddon is coming soon. So we have the Great Tribulation leading up to Armageddon.
Right.
And so that's still, that hasn't changed yet.
Well,
Here goes a creepy image for you.
What's this one?
Well, it's just scary Armageddon stuff. Jesus destroying everybody. It says,
guys, if you get a chance, I've done a video 6 years ago when I was going to start this channel.
Yeah.
And I decided, and then she just, this is her channel, and I'll just do a little
we work together with it.
But I done one called Cult of Doom. Get a chance, watch that video. It's on here. You just go to the videos and look at the very first one 6 years ago.
Yeah. Do you remember they did a drama? I think it was the same drama from 2016.
Oh, who's this?
Where they were talking about the Great Tribulation. It was supposed to be like they were in the Great Tribulation and they were down in a basement, and the police came to take them. And this was in 2016. I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
Were those witnesses?
Yeah. And I was there watching it live in the convention, and I believed it. And I kept thinking, wow, the end will be here soon, and they were saying that in 2016, and look where we are. I mean, they just keep dragging the people on to believe in.
Well, the end's going to be at any moment. This is the last day of the last days of the very last of the last days. Absolutely last, right before the last of the last days.
Yeah.
I just sat through that video the other day too. Oh, I did record that though.
And Jesus Christ, God's chosen king, will destroy this world at Armageddon. Yes. He'll destroy the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always going to destroy everything.
Right. And they use scripture to back it up. God gets rid of all the wicked and saves those who serve him. In other words, the faithful Jehovah's Witnesses only, nobody else.
Has anybody thought when the watchtower finally falls, what the membership's going to do? It makes me wonder, is it going to be a Jim Jones moment? I would really like to know what they're going to do. Heaven's Gate exit? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Because they can't last forever, but they will try to drag it on for a while with their new helpers that are younger. And
well, no, it's going to fall and it won't be able to do nothing.
They've been getting rid of the old ones. Did you see that video?
The bunker video. There you go.
Oh yeah, they've been trying to get rid of the old ones. Did you see it?
Let's find his words.
A video about and JW Broadcasting where they were asking the older ones that are like 80 and plus years old to basically kick them out of Bethel.
Yeah,
and they're just like, "Oh yes, we willingly leave." I mean, no, you didn't. They kicked you out.
Actually, Jeff, I think you're right on what you said. An underground fringe movement. That's what I'm thinking too. But probably loosely structured. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But those loosely structured groups, they get kind of scary.
Yeah. Did they kick out the JW's actress from Bethel?
Okay. Yeah, I guess they did. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I would assume they did because she was the one in the disfellowship videos. If she would have only called, it would have really been bad because that would have been all she needed to not rejoin Jehovah's organization. That's a craziest bunch of mess. It's how David Koresh came. That's right. It is because, I don't know if you guys knew it, but it was an offshoot from a group that was started through Barber, I think, that had left Barber's bunch and ended up with that group. I watched a documentary on where it come from one time. It was Barber stores. I think it was Barber. Crazy stuff, man. Numerous mental nerve breakdown. Yeah, delusion. David Koresh Church was an offshore at the SDA movement. Yeah, it was. It was one of those that come through those offshoots. Like if you look at the different advents, it was one of those offshoots. Like a lot of people don't know it, but I was reading through a lot of old literature and I was watching the people that have all this old literature. And Russell was a Seventh-day Adventist minister who actually performed the grave services and the eulogy and preached the service for Storrs when he died. So it was, there was a lot of different offshoots back then. And Russell decided to take one, in this direction. And then even then people split off because of Rutherford. So Barbara had the same problem. Whoops, sorry guys. Sorry about that. My mom's Bibleist got baptized the same day. The bunker video. On the way home, she seemed a little creeped out. Oh my Lord. Oh, she's still a witness to this day. That's sad. I say JWs and SDA are cousins. Yeah, they are because, at one time, Barber and Russell was all in cahoots together, printing magazines and doing a lot of things together. And they all come from the Adventist movement. So, quite. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. You're correct in that. They were a bunch off the Seventh-day Adventists. Yeah. That whole Adventist movement, the Millerite movement started the whole Adventist because they considered Miller to be a second Adventist. And then I don't know how they come up with the word 7-day Adventist, but oh well. Shaq creeped. Whoa! What did he do?
Joey just fell.
Wow.
Sorry about that. Had to take care of the dogs.
Yeah. Shaq creeped out. Yeah, don't say it. Wonderful. Yeah, all this offshoot from the 7-day Adventist, and Career Ash come from a group that come from that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they could David Koresh their way out of this. I don't know. Oh. It's going to be interesting to see, because it's definitely going to fall, and we will see it. The cracks are too wide now, and it's moving slow to their demise, but it's definitely heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a cousin religion, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they
share some of the same beliefs. That's true. Like, for example,
7-day Adventists do.
They believe, 7-day Adventists believe also in the soul sleep, like that you are asleep in death and that you'll be resurrected. And that's what Jehovah's Witnesses believe as well.
Yeah, they have a few beliefs that's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they also believe in a paradise earth as well.
Right, they do.
Okay. I wonder how I'd feel getting baptized than seeing that video the next day.
I thought that when I just read that. When Shaq said it, I was like, whoa. That would be a nightmare. Even worse was the one that come after that, when they done the one with where they're all in a field and the army's coming after them. Do you guys remember that one? It was after the bunker video, and it shows the angels coming out of the sky, Jesus leading the angels out of the sky, shooting the bow and arrow.
You're trying to send us someone to check out? Okay, it's not going through. Well, you can email it to us. If it's not going through in the chat, it might not work that way. But you could just send us an email on faxonjw@gmail.com. My mom asked if she enjoyed the bunker video on the way home after she got baptized, and she said it was interesting. My mom told her, that's how we know we're so close to the end 9 years ago.
Oh.
Exactly. I mean, I thought that too. I thought we were near the end, but then,
think about her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in it her whole life, and then
lived through 1975 before my time, and still stayed in. And I remember as a little girl, she told us that there were basically some rogue Jehovah's Witnesses who thought the end was coming in 1975, and when it didn't happen, they all left. And I always thought, well, how did they come up with the idea that 1975 was the year? And she said, well, because they were saying peace and security back then. I'm like, no, they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't saying that. That was Jehovah, the dang governing body members telling them that.
Booker T, I'm not sure if she has a channel or not. I haven't saw her on anything personally, but I will look into that. And I like that name, Booker T, man. I keep thinking of that wrestler every time, man.
Wow. So your mom, Beverly, your mom has been in for 50 years. Yeah, mine, well, she's been in it since she was like 5, and she's 75 now, so 70 years for her.
Yeah.
So.
And you were in it for 40?
No, not that long. I mean,
you was born in?
Well, from the time 38 years, if you count from the time I was born until the time I left, was 38 or 39, so almost 40 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, never mind. She's a lot younger than me.
But I got baptized when I was 14. So if you want to count till then.
Yeah.
From then. Yes, all the lives lost.
That's true. But the good thing is, the sad part.
The good thing is there's a lot of people waking up. So there's always hope. I mean, I even have seen older people waking up that were older, like 70s plus. It's just harder to wake people up that are older.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible. It just all depends on whether or not they are willing to ask questions. Me personally, I was always a curious person. So I always wanted to know why about everything. So
Yeah.
I think that was helpful, that I was curious and I wanted to know the answers to life's questions. And I couldn't really get it with Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, I tried, of course. But then when 1914 didn't add up and the UN then joining that, that definitely broke me.
Yeah.
My mom is 84. She's been a witness for 51 years. She got baptized in January 1974. She's actually at the meeting right now. Well, and so she lived through 1975. And why believe in this? Why? How did they keep anybody after that year? You wouldn't even try to wake her up. Yeah, and same for me. Like, I don't even try to wake my mom up because there's no way to reason with people like that.
Yeah, I tried to talk to her mom, and she's full. She's swallowed the pill. She's all in. And there's no change in her.
Yes.
She's not aggressive like some of them about it, but she shuts you out.
Yeah, she'll shut you out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Samuel Hurd was my district overseer in the 70s, and he gave a talk about Jehovah's Witness women getting disfellowshipped and reproved for being trampy. Good grief.
Hey, he has an issue with women too.
Oh, he thinks women have smaller brains and are not as smart as men as well.
Well, think about it though. They give him the crappiest talks. I bet he goes and looks at this and goes, huh? Oh man, I got to give this talk. All right, well, let me make it the best talk I can.
Yeah, that's a good point, Carrie O'Cajun. The only reason Watchtower is still around is because of their assets and investments. That's probably true, because why else would they have any reason, any motive at all to control people other than money?
Well, and they lock the people in. They get them scared to leave because they'll lose their families, and they'll be shunned and ostracized.
What's the ultimate?
And as long as they can keep them in, they can hold everything they've got
financially.
Yeah.
Money.
It's all about the money. Yeah.
In the end, it's about the money. It's not about anything else. It's not. I bet you most of the governing body members in there are probably atheists or agnostic. I mean, I don't even think they believe their own BS, except for Tony Morris. I do believe he did.
I do believe he did too.
Yeah. And probably still does.
Yeah. Tony Morris was all in.
The JWs keep repeating ad nauseous that the world leaders are saying peace and security.
Yes, they even invested, by the way, in Philip Morris Corporation. There's another company that owns that's a subsidiary to Philip Morris. It starts with an A. I can't remember it, but they're big investors into that.
They invest in mutual funds, and companies invest in ballistic technology.
Right, a lot of warfare stuff. You're correct. And Bowen.
Yep, I did know that, which they don't go to war. They don't allow you to serve in the military, but they're going to invest in weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so frustrating because these people go to jail for this or even get killed because they don't go
at 38
to war or they don't serve in the military. And some countries are really harsh.
Oh, you was raised in too, Shaq. You see what he's
she's been through all of the false prophecies. I woke up 3 years ago at 38 years old, raised in the cult. Yeah, I was about 38, 39 when I woke up. She lives with me now, and I take care of her. Oh, so you have to be really careful, I guess. I think the best way to help someone wake up is by having an ordinary, happy life and showing you can be a good person without depending on Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes.
You woke up at 40, Jeff? Okay.
Wow, good for you, man.
Well, we were all close in age.
That seems to be a common age. That's scary because people like Wally's not the norm. It seems to be people in their late 30s and early 40s that wake up the most.
Oh, so you remember, Booker, that JW elders told the black JWs that they were not allowed to pioneer with dreadlocks. I guess they thought it looked too worldly. Or maybe it looked too Rastafarian,
Oh, yeah, because it's a different religion.
It's a religion. Yeah. I mean, that could be they didn't want them associated with or confused with that religion.
I would definitely rather be a Rastafarian than I would be a Jehovah's Witness any day. At least I could smoke fine weed.
You can't say that word on here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be careful what you say on here. You can't say that.
Yeah, it's
Have to
all
cut it
about
out.
peace, love. I'm all into all those things.
Yes, yes.
Good
They'll
music.
say someone will be with the investment of weapons to them.
Oh yeah.
They said ethnic hairstyles are not allowed in the organization.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that. I never remember reading that.
So they take away your whole identity.
They want you to be conform to
Yeah.
like a robot. You can't have your own style, your own way of thinking. Just like they say, don't have independent thought. You're not allowed to have independent thinking because they want brainwash.
Right. That's I didn't think about that. So yeah,
Of
they
course,
take away your identity.
Like I know, like we weren't allowed to. Of course, you can't like dye your hair any color that is not a regular color. Like you wouldn't have any kind of unique colors like pink or purple or something. Jesus Christ established a loving congregation to benefit the Christians and not the other way around.
That's correct.
Exactly. Their God, Jehovah, is an angry, mean, harsh God. That's how they depict him. They didn't say that clear explicitly, but it was clear by the standard. Yeah, that's true. What? I didn't know that. They told Black Jehovah's Witnesses that you're glorifying Michael Jordan if you were bald. Okay.
That's oh my Lord.
I mean, what is okay then? What if you're like balding on top and you don't want partial hair?
Good night, Beverly. Thank you for joining in. Love to see people from the UK. Hope you have a wonderful night, dear.
Thank you, Karaoke Cajun, for joining in.
We'll be back on. You can see us next Sunday, 10 o'clock your time, 10 p.m.
Well, where is this?
She's in the UK.
Oh. Beverly is?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining, Beverly.
Wonder what part of the UK, though.
I remember the CEOs in my area telling Black sisters they shouldn't dye their hair blonde because it's obviously not natural. Yeah. I know I think they didn't want you dyeing your hair a color that wasn't your natural color. I mean, even if you were a brunette and you dyed your hair blonde one day, they would look at you funny. You're like, what are you trying to do? Get noticed?
I remember the series. Yeah.
It's just everything is an issue with them. And that's really what they don't realize turns the JWs away. Because you get tired of that. Constantly being told like this.
Oh, your two sisters dyed their hair red. Okay, instead of blonde, let's go red.
Yeah, red instead of blonde. Yeah, there you go.
That's just man.
It is ridiculous.
See, I never actually joined.
Right. So he doesn't. I mean, he studied long and hard, like
Anthony, you're funny,
a year and a half.
I haven't even smoked any wacky tobacco.
They used to tell Latinos celebrating quinceañeras was pagan. Well, I mean, it's a birthday, so yeah, it would be for sure. Because a quinceañera is a 15th. It's celebrating your 15 years, kind of like a sweet 16 for Americans. So in that sense, they would call it pagan because they believe birthdays are pagan.
Yeah, my oldest
even though
daughter
there's no such thing. There's no such thing as it doesn't mention anything in the Bible about birthdays being pagan. They just make up stuff because again, nobody matters.
Wow. Yeah, that's like piñatas, though. They can have those, right?
Right. They used to say piñatas were not allowed. And then they said they were allowed. I actually did a post on that. I'm going to see if I can find it. There was some information on that where they changed their view on that. Because back before, say back in the Awake, here we go. Awake 71 says piñatas are of pagan origin and should not be used.
Yeah.
But then in 2003, they said it doesn't matter what it represented 100 years ago, just what it means today. Okay, well then why can't we celebrate birthdays? Yeah, if it doesn't matter, if it doesn't mean anything pagan, then why is it not okay to celebrate someone's birth? It doesn't mean that you're giving them too much honor and glory. Can Jewish JW celebrate bar mitzvahs? No, that would be a birthday party for the 13-year-olds because that's the coming of age. So
what happened if a black brother lost his hair and went bald? That's
that would be okay because it happened naturally.
how do they know?
Yeah, probably based on your age. If you were in your 20s and you went bald, if you had hair one day and the next meeting you didn't, that would be obvious.
Well, James lost his hair very early on.
At what age?
In his 30s.
Okay, well, I said 20s.
Yeah.
In the area I grew up, the black bald thing was taboo. A brother from a different state came to work, seldom territory with our congregation. He was bald. We thought he was the coolest dude. Wow.
Bar mitzvahs.
You already said that. They can't celebrate that.
Yeah.
Being a JW was always a pain in the that's for sure. I always grew up as a child with butterflies in my stomach, always nervous and worried about disobeying watchtower rules. That was messed up and not normal. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be nervous to go to school because you couldn't pledge allegiance to the flag, so every morning you had to do that and you had to just stand there and you're just like, oh, I'm so nervous. And then of course you have to explain to everybody why you can't celebrate any holidays at the school, and then you had to sit out in the library by yourself, and I felt the same way. I left in my early 20s, says Melissa, and I am now 60. Discovered these Ex-Witnesses YouTube channel over a year ago, and I'm learning so many things about this organization I never knew. Yeah, and I guess if you left that long ago, things have changed.
And we're about the same age. So.
Yeah, so thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses have changed their stance on piñatas. Can you say crazy?
Yes.
I know, it's dumb. We could not watch Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie because of magic. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it. I had to see those two.
It turned into a circus, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. See, they create all this unnecessary drama and chaos in your life that's so unnecessary. And then because of all that drama, then you have all this anxiety you're dealing with. Why do you think all the JWs are constantly anxious about everything? Because they're always scrutinizing everything they do, say, and think, and then they're scrutinizing what you are doing, saying, and thinking as well. I was one of the first in my area to start wearing bow ties. Oh, okay. You knew how to pull it off. That's good.
Cool.
Oh, you had a crush on the Elizabeth Montgomery, so I watched.
Oh yeah, and I Dream of Jeannie girl.
Well, I think I Dream of Jeannie was like borderline okay, but I know Bewitched, they were like absolutely nothing to do with witches, That's why they don't allow Harry Potter, because
I grew up in a home that
supposedly.
My dad is half Native American, so he practiced a lot of Native American things. And so I grew up in a home that would be definitely against JWs because spiritism and things like that was just the norm in my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, man, we grew up so different.
That's true.
And yes, I had a crush on Elizabeth Montgomery. And what was I Dream of Jeannie girl's name?
So he watched the Flying Nuns.
Oh, I did too, man.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, the girl that played in all those movies with Burt Reynolds. The Trans Am,
Lonnie Anderson?
No. Oh, my Lord. She was in Fried Green Tomatoes, too.
Know. Any birthday or holiday party at school, the children in the classroom would get excited, but us witnesses would be stressed out. It makes me angry as an adult to know we experience that. I know.
I don't know nothing about actresses or actors. She'll tell you. Ask me about music. I'll tell you anything.
But he can't remember anybody's name when it comes to actors.
No.
The elders told us no Michael Jackson music because he was his fellowship. Oh, Sally Field.
Oh, yeah, there you go, Sally Field.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
I know her. So,
Thank
yes, Michael Jackson. Funny thing, I loved his music, and I don't know, somehow.
Barbara Eden, that's right.
I
Dream of
I
You.
would listen to Michael Jackson's music, but I wouldn't do it in front of other people. And I know one time my mom said she went on a cruise, and it was with other Jehovah's Witnesses. And it was mostly Jehovah's Witnesses on this cruise. It was like a whole bunch of them got together. And my mom said that they were playing some music, and one of Michael Jackson's song came on. This was before he had died. And everybody had been dancing and stuff. And then when Michael Jackson's song came on, they all sat down. And then the DJ was like, well, I guess nobody's a fan of Michael Jackson's music here. But that's why. But he was never actually baptized Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, really?
No, he was just, his mother is in it. And I think he has a couple of siblings, but he never got baptized.
Huh.
Yeah. Unlike Serena Williams.
Yeah.
We know about her.
And Prince.
Yeah, but they got baptized later.
Yeah.
As adults, because I think they had like their mother, Serena's mother's a Jehovah's Witness, and her father isn't.
I wonder if people continue to listen to Darling Nikki after Prince got baptized. Do you know the song? Oh, well, it's a really good one. It's called Darling Nikki by Prince. Or Controversy. That's a really good one too.
Yeah, Barbara Eden was Jeannie.
Yeah.
Even that girl was bad because, what is it? Marlo Thomas was an independent woman.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. I remember they even told us we could not watch soap operas. Yeah, but I continue to watch them. That's true. I remember that. Darling Nikki.
Yeah, that's why I said Darling Nikki.
Okay. Yeah, soap operas definitely big no for sure. I mean, I didn't never watch soap operas because I felt like I was afraid to, and it wasn't really my thing anyways, but
Marlo really Thomas, fake. I always thought Marlo Thomas was super hot. Do what? Yeah.
It seemed really fake to me, the soap operas.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Look, when I was out of school one year, I forget, I was 13, 14. I started watching General Hospital, man. And that's when Scotty and Laura were together, but Luke was like trying to weasel his way in. Too many TMI. But I really got into it, man. And once you started following it, was addictive.
Yeah.
Did you see 10 Years After at the Forum? No, I did not.
Soap operas are so addictive.
Well, I love 10 Years After. Great band.
See, I never got into soap operas, but I guess it's, I could see where it could be addictive. Like if you just want to know what happens next with each episode.
Yeah, they're so addictive.
Yeah, and soap operas were taboo, yes, because they were too much sexual. Yeah, that's true. It was like there was a lot of sexual stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
And that's why we weren't allowed to watch it. I had a problem with the JW baptized versus non-baptized. The Watchtower only cared about the baptized members because of the reputation of the organization. That's right. That's all they cared about.
No.
That's all they care about still.
It was Scotty and Laura first, then Luke and Laura. That's way back when. I thought Michael Jackson, let's see, disassociated after the Awake. Oh, okay, article. When they made the Thriller music video. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Actually, you may be right. I think you're right. I think I've heard this.
I thought he wasn't baptized, but I'm going to.
Because there was a big controversy with him and the Jehovah's Witnesses with that album.
With Thriller, because it was a horror.
And I know his mentor, Smokey Robinson, did not like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay, and I was thinking Michael Jackson was never baptized, but I'm going to find out.
Oh, I was a huge GH fan when I was, teenager.
So we'll look that up. Okay. Says he was raised. Oh, okay. I was wrong. I thought he was never baptized. I thought he was just like
Yeah, I think they're right on what they
I
said.
thought that he was just, around it with his
Yeah.
mom. He was baptized,
Yeah.
raised by his mother. We knew his father wasn't.
Right.
She was a devout Jehovah's Witness. Michael was baptized in 1973 at the age of 15. During the early years of his fame, he remained active, even going door to door in disguise as part of Jehovah's Witnesses evangelizing efforts. But then, then in 1982, when they released Thriller, that marked a turning point for him, and the elders reportedly objected to the video's horror theme and supernatural content, which they saw as incompatible, obviously, with the teachings. And so even though Michael Jackson added a disclaimer at the beginning of the video that he did not endorse the occult, tensions remained. And then in 1987, he disassociated publicly.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
While he never publicly denounced the faith, he just stopped practicing and no longer identified as a witness. So
yeah, but he did talk to LaToya. He was close to her, so. And Janet too, but he did. LaToya was
okay. Cool. So I didn't know he was actually baptized. So that's why Jehovah's Witnesses really can't stand him, because he disassociated. So baptized in 73, disassociated in 87. Same thing with Serena Williams. Well, she just got baptized, so we'll see how long she lasts. But
she'll last because she's got money.
If she wants to,
she's going to. They're hoping that her fame will bring members in.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to try to use her to the best that they can, and they'll overlook everything she does.
What was with the double standard with Michael Jackson, though?
She stood for the opening ceremonies of the Super Bowl for them to sing the national anthem. She get done the Crip Walk on the halftime stage with
oh my God,
Lamar. I mean, come on.
Wow, Jack. So one time in the 80s, Michael Jackson showed up to a house my mom was cleaning in California.
Brentwood. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I know Brentwood.
Well, we know up until 1987 he was doing that. Be careful.
Yeah.
Hit the
I still watch Days of Our Lives now. Oh, wow.
So I would like to know why the double standard. Why Michael Jackson, when they had a problem with the Thriller one, but they don't care what Serena does.
That is cool.
I mean, they both are baptized. They both are public figures, and they both do things that are not approved of Jehovah's Witnesses. So what's with the double standard? I do think that back in the 80s, they were more harsh than they are today. A little more harsh. I was a big Michael Jackson fan and saw him 2 times in concert. I saw him on Bad Tour and when they had the family tour. Cool.
I don't think I ever saw Michael Jackson.
Yeah, disfellowshipping Serena Williams would bring high visibility to the organization practices. But Michael Jackson, they gave him a hard time with the Thriller.
Yeah.
That was before he disassociated. So what's with the double standard?
Shaq, I did get to see a lot of bands before they got famous men in LA, but there used to be a bar, a nightclub out there called Gazares. And then Palisades, of course, where that's at. So those clubs there, and the Roxy, the Whiskey, all those old clubs. Several of them, it was in that strip there, the Cat Club. Man, it was so cool growing up around there, just seeing all those old places. What is it?
Booker, you said JW Elders told us getting too close to your pet is a form of bestiality. That is absurd.
That's sick.
Man, these people are just so perverted, everything they think of. Michael Jackson was only really softly shunned. Disassociation was more lenient back then. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he just decided to leave because he got tired of them harassing him. I went to Dodger Stadium Assembly and
Michael Jackson's limo
was parked outside.
Oh,
Michael Jackson's limo was parked outside.
Huh. Must have been his mom.
Michael Jackson was old light, Serena's new light.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the truth.
Okay. That is crazy, man. I'm just telling you this. I mean, Prince, I still don't see how he could be a baptized member, because when he would do his shows, did he not still do the songs like Controversy or off of the Controversy album? did he still not do Darling Nikki? I don't know. You guys, anybody see Prince after he become a member or
Well,
symbol,
so
whatever you want to say he was?
I remember when he got baptized. It was like in like 2015 or something like that.
Oh, it
probably.
was later. Okay.
And so I think he was raised around it. He joined much later, and then only a couple years later he died. So I don't know. Maybe he decided as a last resort before he died he would become a witness.
I'll tell you guys a funny story. Talking about knowing famous people. My dad, very involved in his native culture. He knew this guy named Mickey Free, and he kept telling me about him. And I thought I had no clue it was the same Mickey Free. And he shows me a picture of him and this guy together, and it was Mickey Free. And I'm like, Dad, that guy's like super famous. He had no clue. He's like, oh, he's this guy I know. He works down at the casinos in Florida. I was like, oh.
A Bethelite was dismissed after he asked Prince for an autograph. Wow. You saw Janet Jackson in concert, very risque, the 80s.
Oh, yeah, Janet. I did see Janet.
Booker says, my elders asked him if his roommate was his gay lover.
Oh, my Lord.
So wait a second. You can't have a same-sex roommate or opposite-sex roommate, of course. And then you can't have pets either because that might be bestiality. I mean, you're so aggravating.
This is craziness.
And some of these elders, you know what?
See how Prince
I'll bet you anything that elder that was asking you that is a predator. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I think he was androgynous. I don't think Prince. I don't know. I don't know Prince. My friend that we just mentioned was a bodyguard of his for a while. He's got a lot of pictures of him and Prince. He says Prince was not bi or gay, but very androgynous kind of guy, like a very feminine guy.
But that would have been cool to have Michael Jackson come to my door.
That would have been.
And what did you do? Like, what did your mom do? Like, wow, can I have an autograph?
That's pretty wild. Yeah, Prince coming to your door. Can you imagine that?
No, it wasn't that. It was Michael Jackson came to the door.
Imagine showing up. I mean, that's what I'm saying, JW.
He said Michael Jackson
showed
up to his his mother's door, I think.
Yeah, Mickey Free, Shalimar was a band he's with. He also played with Prince some. Yes. Let's see. I still love
whatever
Prince.
Personal life Price had.
Brother Nelson.
Whatever, but his image was completely incompatible with Jehovah's Witness. Oh, Prince had,
Yeah, whatever, but his image was.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, why did he become a witness? I can't understand.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get because it was so opposite than what they believe.
I saw Prince in concert. He was good. I am a Prince fan. I cannot remember what songs he did, but I think he kept it clean. My sister, who was a witness, came with me. But, you know, he was very androgynous. That's true. So, which is not a JW approved presentation of yourself, you know.
Look, guys, I was a very heterosexual man, was bodybuilder, all that stuff. But during the 80s, I was a musician. I was a bass player by trade. I had hair to my ass, bouffant, makeup, black fingernail polish. You know, I wore spandex, and I was very androgynous. That was part of that image. I was very glam.
This is a glam.
Yeah, glam rock. I was into the glam metal stuff. And, you know, I loved a lot of different music. Like, I mean, I love a lot of things. I'm a bass player, so obviously I like funk. I mean, that's a give me, and jazz. But my passion was heavy metal.
Yeah. True. Well, I guess it's been
just give it 20 minutes.
It's already been
12 minutes.
My friend was disfellowship when she told me she told the elders she didn't feel guilty about sleeping with her boyfriend and her
Holy moly.
Well, good for her. Because why would you feel guilty if it's someone that you love, you know?
Yeah.
And they want to make you think that anything that you do
love kiss
is like, oh, well, that like that one movie Debutante, if you ever want to see it's on YouTube, it's just a quick little short film. And it's where this girl goes into a judicial community. And I think it's done in like Scotland. And they were like, so did you get any pleasure out of that? You know, they ask you that, and you're like, what? Do you think that what you did was disgusting? And you're like, no, it's like, yeah, it's just a natural thing that humans do. I guess
okay.
it's just,
Larry Graham.
yeah. So you should go see that movie. It'll make your blood boil. It was a crazy Michael Jackson story. I told it on the 6 Screens show a couple years ago. Oh, that's really cool. I might want to interview you, Shaq. I'd love to hear your story. If you want to send me an email, I think.
Yeah, that's, I agree with you, Curio Cajun. I don't get it because he thought outside the box. He was really,
Prince.
very in-depth thinker. But anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, so Prince grew up a Seventh-day Adventist, and Larry Graham introduced Prince to Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
Why? Prince was a unique and unusual person. He was a genius and a thinker. He used to think a lot about the purpose of life, and somehow Jehovah's Witnesses probably got him.
You don't never hear George Benson introducing nobody to the Jehovah's Witnesses, and he's been one forever.
Yeah. But I don't know this to be true or not, but I thought maybe Prince had some family that were witnesses, because most of the time that's what gets people in it that are adults now, is they have family in it.
Yeah, Larry Graham, I think I've heard what he just said, but then you had his mother's family were in it as well.
Yeah. Prince's mom passed away, so he was vulnerable.
Yeah, that's true.
Was she a witness? I was mostly into the punk rock scene when I was young and disfellowshipped. Unfortunately, I went back to the org in my early 20s.
Okay, the ska punk. Yeah. Kind of like ska, or like, Gwen Stefani kind of stuff. She was like ska rock.
Question, should you meet with the elders if you know they want to disfellowship you? No, do not. No, avoid them. Yeah. Don't answer their calls. Don't answer their texts. Don't answer the door. Avoid them.
Yeah, just avoid them. Act like the plague.
Because all they're going to do is, if you met with them, they're going to interrogate the crap out of you, make you feel like you are dirt. So and they're going to disfellowship you anyway. So just avoid all that and stay away.
Okay, David. Well, what we're going to do, we're also going to try to do one during the week. Yeah, do not let them talk to you. Avoid them. If they send you a letter, burn it.
No, just throw it away. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I think it was Prince's mom dying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Prince's mother's dying wish is that he would get baptized, and that's what he did. Okay.
Now that is what I'd heard. So.
Well, that makes sense. He was doing it to please his mother. Did he really believe in it? That's a good question, right? Yeah.
Meeting with elders is a lost cause. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it definitely is. Meeting with the elders is definitely a lost cause. They're going to humiliate you. They don't believe in repentance and forgiveness as Jesus taught. So their idea is you confess and that equals punishment. So don't confess. Everything is opposite of what you think it should be. That's how they act. Can they disfellowship you if you get a certified letter?
Yes, the answer is yes, they can.
I don't know.
Yes, the answer is yes. Don't accept the certified letter first off. There's no law anywhere says you have to accept any certified letter. So send it back to sender, and don't accept nothing, no contact, cut them out.
Yeah.
And consider yourself fated no matter what they do. And nobody's none the wiser, because to your best knowledge, you were fated.
Yeah, so probably best to, if you actually happen to have the letter, return to sender.
Yeah.
That would be good. And do not meet with them at any cost. Hey, Colin, you're late to the party.
Oh, hey, Colin.
Thank you for joining in. We were, we were just finishing up, I guess.
Yeah. We only got about 7 minutes.
If they're trying to bring you in to a judicial meeting, they have to threaten to disfellowship you, threaten legal action. Okay. I mean, in the letter, it doesn't say that they're disfellowshipping you. So if they're doing that, they would be doing that behind your knowledge. So you would have to be informed of that, I would think. But I don't know. Jehovah's Witnesses do things backwards. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the two tones. Of course, you probably know my
Oh, you
favorite
would
song
like to,
by 'em.
okay. Shaq, I would love to hear your story. So if you want to just send an email, and then we can do like a Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely send an
sounds
email.
like you have an interesting story.
Yeah,
So-
hardcore bands. Yes, I would like to tell more of my stories sometimes. Oh,
Yeah, that's
cool.
what he just said.
Yeah, man. Did you like the Spaghetti Incident by GNR? That was a very punk album. Oh, you don't like my shaking leg? I'm
I
sorry.
just
Oh, is it shaking this thing?
Mhm.
Okay. I have to be careful because I think I got a dog under here.
Oh, well, thank you, Melissa. We appreciate that. We're
Oh.
always like brainstorming, like, what are we talking
Oh,
about?
thank
What are we
you.
talking about? And then we just kind of wing it. You can write a letter stating not to mention your name at the meeting being disfellowship. Really?
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Wow. So what do they do? Yes, we would like to make an announcement. Anonymous is no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay. That's weird.
I love it.
Meetings are shakedown. If you're at that stage now, it can be scary. But the best thing you can do is to give yourself time and distance if possible. They'll eventually go away. That is true. And in my own dealings with them, I will say the best thing you can do is stay away, and they will go away. They will eventually. Just give it time.
Wow.
And do not respond to anything. Nothing. No emails, no texts, no phone calls, no if they go to your door, don't answer. Stay away. They'll eventually go away.
Oh, did you guys see where the Jehovah's Witness doctor, the lady refused to give blood to someone?
A JW doctor.
Yeah, she was a doctor and a Jehovah's Witness.
Where's this?
Not sure. You have to Google it. Google it real quick, see where it's at.
Jehovah's Witnesses nurses going to the elders on
Women getting abortions.
Oh,
Yeah, Google that and see.
That's a new law in Brazil. It may catch up here in US. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I looking
Jehovah's Witness doctor refused to give blood transfusion to patient.
Wow, I didn't even know.
I know,
You
a
could do
Jehovah's
that.
Witness doctor.
Usually what they do is they will have another doctor do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a big stink on this that's actually going on.
Okay, let's look that up. We'll look it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got this. You look at that. I got this.
Okay, you're going to explain how you...
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to explain.
I remember the brother who was... Oh, what?
But that's good to fade. I find that good if you can just fade.
On the next time.
I remember the brother who was studying the Live Forever book with me returned his GNR album to the music store after the Awake magazine named the band as bad.
Oh man, that's crazy. I remember the brother who was studying Live Forever returned. Oh yeah. Actually, Melissa, I'd really like to hear that. If it's not a super long, you could tell us. I really would like to hear it. Does it talk about or what happened?
No. But hold on, I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
You pay attention.
I'm paying attention to the screen. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's it so far.
All right,
okay. There was something that happened last year. Rosa Edelmira Pindo Muya case. This was in Spain. The Spanish doctors violated the rights of Rosa, a Jehovah's Witness, by... Oh, no, that's... They administered blood. Okay, no, that's not it.
Let's see if somebody here's got it.
Well, I have not seen that.
Was a brother. They refused blood, but accepted orders. Yeah, that's true. They'll do organ transplants with blood. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You could tell them you need your space. Yeah, to be left alone.
Okay, I'm trying to find that information. We were told not to watch Ellen DeGeneres because she's lesbian.
How about just because her show was really terrible? But anyway.
Yeah.
The doctor refused a medical treatment can get into serious trouble.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that. It was just somebody done something on this recently. I think it was Fixing My Faith did it just recently. Maybe it's under articles.
I don't know. I'm having trouble finding anything on it.
Yeah. Did anybody see the thing where it's talking about the person that refused to give blood to a patient?
Yeah. I mean, it has happened. I do see that it's listing here
Booker
that
T, my dad wouldn't let us go to
they have had that.
Dairy Queen because it's...
You can't mumble it. You have to say
Booker
it out
T,
loud.
my dad wouldn't let us go to Dairy Queen because it was gay. 8 years old. What? 8-year-old me was like,
Why was it considered gay?
Dairy Queen gay? Man, somebody forgot to tell John Cougar Mellencamp.
Hi, Jay. I don't think Ellen is funny. I think that she's arrogant and some audiences think it's funny. Yeah. And you know what? Her show is canceled now because you know why? Because she was mean. She was mean to her employees. She was so mean to them.
Hey, Jay.
And so they finally canceled her show because she's mean.
Yeah.
She was hard to deal with. So, and I do believe she's arrogant as well. A brother told me I'm crazy for leaving. I told him that the voices inside my head told me I'm not crazy and the voices never lie. Yeah. When is your next show? Normally we're trying to do one every Sunday at about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we may do some occasionally Thursdays is the next goal, but it just depends on our schedule.
Oh, he wouldn't comfortable with the word queen. Oh, I bet he hated the band then.
Oh yeah, Queen. Maybe that's where he was thinking, associating it with the band Queen.
Dynamite with a laser beam.
It was an African JWMD who refused a woman a blood transfusion. Oh, the patient wasn't not a witness. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, that's the one I heard about.
So this was in Africa. Okay, I can't find anything on it. So if you happen to know where I can find this, I would love to know.
It was on Fixing My Faith, but he shows the links to the articles.
Yeah, but I'd like to find the article. If you happen to know it, feel free to write it in the chat. Serena Williams was seen giving a Mother's Day commercial a few years ago. Yeah, but she's now baptized, so that may change. She just got baptized. I saw the true story about the surgeon who wouldn't give blood and the patient died.
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy.
Well, why?
Oh, hey, Jay.
How did she not get in trouble for this?
Subscribe.
Okay. Well, if anybody happens to know this story of this African JW doctor, I would love to know more about it.
Guys, just like Curio Cajun said, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, and you'll get all the notifications. You'll know when every live feed comes up.
Yeah, and I'm trying to, again, I don't know why I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble with this. Like, I post a thumbnail on when the live chat is coming on, then we try to upload it and nothing happens and we have to start over.
Well, it did work once. I love
the husband sued. Okay, good. As he should. The surgeon is in trouble.
Yeah. That's the craziest story I'd ever heard. I was like, wow.
I want to find this article. So if you happen to know where it is, I'm in the Eastern time zone. So we're on the East Coast, the US.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So like wherever you are, you know, adjust it.
For us, it's 8:05 p.m.
Yeah.
So
can you get this fellowship for not divorcing an apostate spouse?
No. What can you get? No, because they don't want you to get divorced except for adultery. They want you to stay. But what they'll tell you is that you should separate from your apostate spouse, not divorce, because they don't want a divorce. Because, you know, God forbid you ever find happiness in your life. But no, they would tell you to separate, though, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't want you to have a non-witness spouse. But once you do.
Scooby-Doo. Speaking of, you know, stuff that we weren't allowed to watch, Scooby-Doo was like borderline not okay with, you know, because of all the, like, I guess the ghostly stuff that it talked about. And I mean, I would watch it, but Yeah, it was like, it was a little bit of a gray area.
Fenced. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was a hippie.
Yeah, separation will lead to divorce. Yep, it will.
Vince
But then
deported.
what will happen is one of you will have get married, will find someone else, and then that way, that person, whoever finds the person first, is the one who gets this fellowship. So it's really a waiting game on who gets this fellowship. Like that happened to, not for apostasy, of course, but my stepfather, when he was married, before he married my mother, he married a lady who was a Jehovah's Witness, and they were married for very briefly. Like they didn't know each other. It was a long distance relationship. They got married, and then she told him she did not want to be with him. It was like they got married, and then they parted ways temporarily. Like he was in Georgia and she was in Arizona. While he was gone, she said, "I want a divorce." So he gave her a divorce, and then for 8 years, nobody remarried, nobody dated nobody. So you were basically just waiting on the other person who's going to fall first. So finally, after 8 long years, she called him up and told him he was free to remarry. But what if nobody had ever done that? What if she hadn't called him? And or what if neither one of them had ever found anybody else, and the other one wanted to? I mean, that's just wrong to do that to people.
Bill Murray. Ghostbusters are from the devil.
Oh, they're allowing for divorce in case of non-adultery divorce. If you lost contact with your ex, you're now free to scripturally remarry. Okay, well, if you lost contact, I don't know.
Wow.
I think it depends on the elders you're dealing with, personally. And no Smurfs, exactly. Yeah, I was allowed to watch Smurfs, but I know I've heard about the Smurf story. Everybody has.
Yeah, ran out of the Kingdom Hall.
Yeah, that Smurf that ran out of the Kingdom Hall. Oh yeah, Ghostbusters. I wasn't allowed to watch that. Definitely not Ghostbusters. Dirty Dancing. I wasn't allowed to watch that either. Oh, does anybody remember Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when they mentioned Jehovah? And we were all like, oh, Jehovah, wow.
Were you allowed to watch that?
Yeah. Oh, because they said Jehovah's name.
Oh.
We were all like,
yay. This is funny. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there used to be a video that went with it, which they've changed it. But the article's still there, and it's the divine name in latter days or latter times. And that's where they talk about Ramundus Martini coming up with the name Jehovah, and that they were aware it was, that we know it's not the correct name, but it's the best we got. Now, where Jeffrey Jackson starts saying that, they deleted that whole part of that talk.
Man,
yeah,
crazy.
They edited it.
So separation will usually lead the other person to commit adultery. Yes.
Yeah.
Or both of you. Yeah. I mean, because eventually how long can you be single? And especially if you're young,
that's what they do. The two people separate their Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're waiting to see which one is going to go
fall first. That's what happened to my stepfather, and she was the one.
Yeah.
And he waited 8 years.
Who can hold out the longest?
Long time when you're young, because he was young still.
Or who can lie the best?
Would a JW kick out a minor apostate kid? I remember elders getting deleted as elders if their kids got disfellowship.
Yes, they do.
That's a good question. I think it depends on how old the child is, and it will depend on the parents. If the parents are really hardcore, they may do that. If the parents are more lenient, they may wait until the child is done with high school. And definitely, if the elder, if the man has any privileges, he would no longer have privileges as long as there's a disfellowship person in their house. Yeah. Stop moving your foot there.
No.
He keeps hitting the table here, and it's shaking the camera.
What races are movies did you guys watch?
Yeah.
After leaving JW's.
What are that's a good question. I like that.
She didn't. It wasn't so much the rated R. She binged watch Harry Potter.
Yeah, I would watch movies I wasn't allowed to watch, like Harry Potter. But I will say this: I would watch movies that I wasn't supposed to watch as a witness. Like I watched Lord of the Rings as a witness, and I loved it. And I watched The Hobbit.
What was that thing where you went and got all the autographs?
And and when I was a witness, I watched on HBO. No, not HBO. The other one, Stars. You know, that's bad stuff. And Spartacus. That was like, whoo, too much stuff. And then Game of Thrones. But I watched all this as a witness. So the only thing as a non-witness that I've added to that is Harry Potter. And you know what's funny? I don't even pay attention whether or not it's R-rated. I just decide whether or not I like the theme, and then I'll watch a movie based on that. I don't even care if it's R-rated. And I don't even know. You watched Terminator? I did watch that as a witness too.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I like bodybuilding.
I'll be back.
I like this. I like
Hasta la
Colin's
vida,
thing.
baby. Hasta la vida. Hasta la vista. Sorry, hasta la vista, baby. Oh,
I like that.
My brother was taken aback when I mentioned that I saw the movie Van Helsing. Oh, yeah, because it has vampires and werewolves. And the same brother was a huge fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. I know. It's like they're so confused. Like anything. Oh, yeah. Another movie.
Oh, is John Wick back?
Twilight. The Twilight Saga.
Oh,
I watched
yeah.
that. I watched all of those as a witness at the movie theater.
Oh, the original Point Break was badass.
They told us that we couldn't watch it, but I didn't care. I think the org was facing legal heat from the elders getting into people's marriages. Well, good. And they should stop meddling in people's lives. It's annoying. And it does break up marriages. You watched like John Wick? Reeves. I never watched that one.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
The original Point Break.
Chili Peppers right now. Let's play it as rat video.
I feel like this is therapy because the JW elders traumatized me with all of the rules. We could not even play with non-JW neighbors. I know. Well, good. I'm glad because we want this to be a place where you feel comfortable and
talk and hang out.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't have any non-JW friends. I never made any friends. And any of y'all ever to this day, do you have friends? Because I don't. I was never able, because I think most of your friends you forge when you're a child. And I never, I only had the JW stuff, and I never really, that's not really a true friendship. So
thank you, Booker T.
In the end, I mean, I never really had friends, and I don't have any to this day. I mean, I have people that I know, acquaintances, people that are nice and all, but I don't have like a true friends. Always wanted that, but I know those are hard to get anyways. So I walked away when I can't remember what the first R-rated movie was when I walked away, but I know that my watching R-rated movies increased dramatically. And I didn't feel bad about it, because that's the thing. You feel guilty about everything. You feel guilty. Oh, I shouldn't have watched that movie. Oh, shouldn't have watched this. I mean, sure, you want to make, informed decisions. You don't want to do anything too crazy, but that's your choice, not the JW org's choice.
Oh, wow. She allows you to.
Oh, you lost the feed? Okay. The first R-rated movie I saw after I left was Die Hard. Wow. I never watched those. A little too violent for me.
Mel Gibson.
What Mel Gibson? It was.
What is that guy? Oh, no. The guy that's losing his memory.
I forgot. What's his name?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother allowed us to play with the neighborhood kids and still have a friend from when I was 4. You still have a friend? Oh, okay. Well, cool, because I don't.
I'm terrible with movies.
Does anyone know Christy Ann?
No.
Okay. Thanks, CJ. Yes. Let's see. My dad let us play with the neighbor kids too. Yeah, we weren't allowed to play with the neighbor kids. I remember one time I went over to the neighbor girl's house, and she had like all of the cool Barbie doll stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. So I like ran over there briefly, and my mom was like,
oh, wow,
calling, where was I? And I mean, I was there like 15 minutes, and she was like, don't go over there. The Sophia and Caleb video about birthday cupcakes triggered me because I felt so guilty in 2nd grade. I ate a birthday cupcake. I know, isn't it stupid?
That is so sad, man.
I know, it's like you
Jeez.
can't even eat a birthday cake. If you even if it was no longer your birthday or someone's birthday, you felt guilty about eating the cake because it happened to say happy birthday on it. A JW was going to get public reproof for watching Last of the Mohegans, which was rated R, because some Jehovah's Witnesses saw him at the theater. Oh my God.
Well, you're taught to rat on everybody.
The elders decided to privately reprove him. Oh my, this is ridiculous. Oh my God. See, you can't be comfortable even in public. When you go to the movies, you think, I'm going to relax and enjoy the movie. Oh, now I'm going to get in trouble because some idiots ratted on me. I used to house sit for elders and their families while they were away. And quite a few of them had R-rated movies. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I think a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses watch R-rated movies and movies that are not approved.
You might have found worse in some of them.
Actually, I know a group of us JWs went to see Twilight. So go figure on that one. Yeah, not eating cake was tough for you. I love cake for as long as I can remember. Yeah, I know. It's just mean to do that to kids. There were a couple of kids in the congregation we couldn't hang out with. My dad didn't like those kids. He was right, too. They were punks. Oh, my precious. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I mean, I know, like, my parents would be like, absolutely no to Lord of the Rings. So I knew what movies I could watch around them and what I couldn't. You have to hide the movies in your house. But the liquor shelf was loaded up. Yeah. Bunch of alcoholics.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous when you think back. It's true.
Man, when I was studying with the elders.
What happens at home stays at home. Yeah.
I had to give away so much wine to the elders.
Yeah, they drank a lot,
Yeah. And some moonshine I'd made.
You have some XJW friends? Okay, that's good. You went bar hopping today? You were hoping to see a JW? Yeah. I'm sure you will see them. I was only allowed to play with the neighbor kids because they were Mormon. Our parents would take turns giving us rides to school. So much for finding the real Jesus back then.
So what? You could play with Mormon kids? Was okay?
Yeah. Was that allowed? I mean, it wouldn't have been allowed with my family. I mean, it had to be Jehovah's Witnesses no matter what. The elders had my sister crying in her judicial meeting after her worldly boyfriend died, and they wanted to disfellowship her.
Jeez.
God, they just frustrate me so bad. I just want everybody to get out of this religion as soon as possible. JW.
Hey, guys.
I can't stand them, especially the elders. They're the worst, and a lot of them are wife beaters, pedos, and alcoholics. They don't allow smoking, but sitting down at the convention all day is 4 times as worse as smoking, according to science.
It's actually true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, because you're just like this I remember being at the convention, you're like, it's hard to stay awake after a while.
Yeah. I fell asleep in meetings before, and she would get upset at me.
Oh, yeah. Like, well, the meeting's an hour and a half. As soon as an hour and 45 minutes.
Boring.
An hour and 45 minutes. As soon as he sit down and I'm like, you're embarrassing me.
Man, it was the same stuff over and over. And I was like, and people, oh, what a great talk this brother gave. I was like, that was so terrible. It put me to sleep.
I saw a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses. I looked around, they'd all be sleeping too.
Yeah.
Some of them would be.
It was terrible. I hated that.
Yeah, they'd all be.
It was like, man, I got to go to this thing again.
Except for the zealots. They'd be there like this.
Poor JW. That was him too.
I'll answer that.
Yeah.
I'll answer that question.
Oh, yeah. And the elder kept saying, well, you need to start answering questions. And you need to go out in service. And you need to do this. And I was like, geez, go away.
Oh, yeah. It's like waking up just to cut. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good talk.
Yeah, great. That
Yeah.
brother was great. Ugh.
After I went preemie, my worldly ex-girlfriend dragged me to the cinema to see the Twilight series, Hunger Games. Oh yeah, Hunger Games. That wasn't allowed either, but I watched that as well as a witness.
Oh,
And a
wow.
bunch of rom-coms. I mostly slept through it. You did? Oh my God. I watched all those movies. I loved them.
Oh, that's sick. Good Lord.
I have heard elders blackmailing women to sleep with them in exchange of not. Oh, really?
I'm sure they probably did. Sick bastards.
Yeah, they're a bunch of perverts. The last talk on Sunday was like something right out of MK Ultra. Yeah, it is. It is the brainwashing techniques. That's what they use.
Yeah.
They use those techniques, which is like it's like recycle information over and over and over, say the same thing over and over, and eventually you believe it.
You know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I can't stand that stuff as a whole, but it's really weird at the Jim Jones tape that they got. You can hear them calling out for Jim telling his people to get the head of the CIA out of there. He calls him by name and he says, get him out of here. Then they haven't deleted that out of him saying it. So listen to it.
Yeah. Jim Jones knew about MK Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
He was trained in that stuff.
Besides, it backfired on him and they took him out too.
Repetition does work. It's true. I mean, it is an actual brainwashing techniques that Rutherford learned about. I mean, he was the one that kind of started all that.
Yeah, Rutherford was actually really smart.
He was smart, but evil at the same time.
Oh, well, Hitler was a brilliant genius, but he was the wickedest man I ever thought of.
Yeah. You can be brilliant and evil at the same time.
Yeah.
My mom would allow me to play with some of the neighbors. I remember going to midweek meetings looking like an FBI agent at 9 years old, and the neighbor kids staring at me while they were. I know.
That's
I know,
sad, man.
That was another thing, like having to get dressed up and everybody looking at you like, what are you in a cult? Yep. The last
You're right,
talk,
Joe.
The last talk wasn't even brainwashing; it was psychological torture. Yes. That's true.
Oh, how about the one where they just go on and on? And it's supposed to be over an hour and 40 minutes.
And then, of course, I was in Spanish for a while, and let me tell you, they drag things on really badly in there. And they would be like, I'd be like, I would count how many times there would be an answer to the same question. And one time I counted like 10 people that would answer the same question.
Torture.
And then the brother would be like, all right, does anybody else want to add to this? I'm like, there's nothing else to add to, and move on. It's driving me nuts.
Check that out.
In the Elder's Handbook, JW's men don't have to have their wives in their judicial meeting. That's true, but the women have to have that's true. Yep.
It says the Watchtower
standard.
Use those psychological have pointed out several. Psychologists have pointed out several psychological strategies. Yes, they have neutral linguistic programming. Yep. I slept in Jim Jones' house years ago. It was what?
It was right behind the Kingdom. Oh my God! It must have been haunted.
Valley, California.
I would think it'd be haunted. You know, there actually is a video about Jim Jones's old church. Yeah. And people have done, like ghost hunters have done that.
Oh, yeah, they hear those voices.
And it's haunted in there. So you should watch that.
Sisters and Insidious. Sinisters and Insidious, excuse me. In the Elder's Handbook, JW. Oh, you just read that.
Yeah, it's definitely a double standard with JW men who don't have to have their wives in their judicial committee. Like if there's adultery.
Oh, wow.
The JW men don't have to have their wives, but the women do. I mean, that's just why. It's stupid. Can a JW elder get disfellowship for wife beating? They would probably not care unless it was really, really, really bad. Like her life was in danger. And yes, he could.
Oh, wow.
And that has happened. We heard about a guy, didn't he? He was like really violent to his wife.
Yeah.
He got disfellowship for that. So, but it would have to be really, really bad for that to happen.
Well, he was threatening the elders too.
Yeah. Well, and if it was just probably that's why he got disfellowship, because he was
Man,
threatening
that
the
was
elders.
one of the ones that one of the elders I was studying with told me. And I told her, I said, wait till Thursday. They're going to announce this person. And she was like, really? And I said, yeah, this is what they're getting disfellowship for, because the elder had told me. And
You
sure
don't believe in haunted house. Okay. Well, it's okay. You don't have to believe in the haunted house thing, but we just saw like a little thing on it, and it's fun to watch, it's but you just hear voices and stuff. Who knows if it's true, but it's kind of cool to go into like Jim Jones church, old church, and you like, you hear stuff. It's kind of creepy.
Well, Colin, you grew a full beard, man. You could have stayed in and done that now. Hypocrisy.
Yeah, so they can get disfellowship is considered domestic violence and wrath. Yeah. But I mean, like, how many times would he have to beat her up until he finally got disfellowship, though?
I love it. I would have been clean shave after that too. Man.
You're funny.
Oh.
Fits of anger will get you disfellowship too. Yeah, but I may have only known of one case of someone getting judicial meeting of writ. Yeah, I mean, they kind of turn a blind eye to that most of the time. In my Kingdom Hall, 2 pioneer sisters got into a fight in the women's bathroom over a man. Wow. Did they get disfellowshipped over that or reproved?
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lord.
Appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, who won the fight?
Oh yeah.
I want to know. And then what happened? Did they get reproved? I showed in a memorial just to gather their reaction with a full beard. Nobody recognized me. That's good.
Best memorial ever.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Until they get caught.
I can't count the number of times I got called out for having a 5 o'clock shadow. I know.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And now all the governing body members have beards. Just about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not right. And how do the witnesses not realize that? I mean, I would be mad. You're like, how can they say this is okay now, but it wasn't then?
The good thing is I can shave like once a week. I'm good. I don't have to shave much.
So you say.
You know I don't.
Maybe twice a week would help,
Yeah, she knows better.
It's a little rough there. Yeah, that's okay.
That's because that's the way it's shaved.
They got deleted as pioneers, and one sister changed halls. Oh, okay. Yeah, right, of course. There has to be some sort of punishment, right?
They got deleted. I can't count.
I think a lot of witnesses are getting it. Watch your channel grow. Well, I hope so. Yeah. I used to like listening to the church bells from the neighboring church at the assembly because it reminded me of Metallica. That's funny.
The bell
I like that.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
God, that'll be playing in my head now. Thanks.
Yeah. Speaking of Metallica.
The founding member?
The founding member.
One of the founding members. Dave Mustaine.
He grew up a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Was he baptized?
No, he was not.
He never baptized. He did have a couple of sisters that were or are. Well, one's dead. One died. One is still a Jehovah's Witness. His mother she left.
And he had a brother.
A brother, JW?
I think his brother left. He had a brother and 2 sisters, plus he's the baby. He's way younger than his other siblings. Mm-hmm. He's also the founding member of Megadeth.
Oh, not Metallica.
He's one of the founding members of Metallica too.
So,
they fired him, and then he went and started Megadeth.
He talks about his life as a Jehovah's Witness and how his sister, who died, who remind you, he never was baptized. She shunned him, and he still took care of her till her dying days. That's just mean what they do.
Oh yeah. She shunned him for no reason. He wasn't even baptized. Mm-hmm. But yet he still paid for all her hospice and everything.
But he talked against Jehovah's Witnesses, so that's probably why she didn't like him.
Oh yeah, he definitely talked against them.
I couldn't hand out the microphone at the meeting once because I was late and didn't shave. I explained the reason why, but the elder didn't allow me
Yeah,
to.
Dave
Now
Mustaine.
it's okay with a full beard. Oh my goodness. I mean, you see how they nitpick and cause all this anxiety? So irritating. A sister was publicly reproved and everyone thought she was removed. Reproved and removed sounds similar.
Well, I didn't know Patti
That's
Smith
true,
grew
it
up in
does.
JW. That's wild.
Patti Smith,
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am the warrior.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the same Patti Smith, or is that Patti Smythe? Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh yeah, Dave Mustaine. That's his name.
Yeah.
From Metallica.
Yeah, Dave Mustaine. He's really, really talented guy.
Oh, the email is factsonjw@gmail.com, which is also in my channel. All you got to do is go to the channel, and in the description of the channel, it tells you.
Yep. Yeah, like if anybody does, if they want some of those bumper stickers, just send us your address, your name and your address. All you gotta do is pay for the shipping, and that's it. We'll mail you the bumper sticker. And like I said, they're vinyl, they're UV protected, they're not going to fade anytime soon. And it just says, "Learn the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses at JW Facts."
Yeah, which is their website, jwfacts.com.
Yeah.
But also, if you would like, just like for me to interview you and you tell your story, I would love to have you do that, and you can email me if you're interested.
You know, that's true. There is a lot of talented people that used to be Jehovah's Witnesses. There's people in the film industry, producers in the music industry, and a lot of musicians. It's really interesting.
Cat Williams is the GOAT, JW.
Oh, yeah, I like Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to hear him talk about, he does not like Jehovah's Witnesses, but it's funny to hear him talk about it.
Yeah. I know. It really gets me pissed off, too, about the whole governing body had decided blah, blah, blah. That's annoying. Yeah. Wow. I've never heard that an elder was deleted for being overweight.
Jeez.
Boy, this is a harsh congregation you're in. That would take out a lot of people, you know?
Yeah, that would. Brother Hicks would have been gone.
Yeah, because he was pretty heavy, and he was an elder. So it maybe just depends on the congregation you're in.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, oh wow. Yeah, we got to go, guys.
That's like the most.
Ooh, this has been
like most of them. The JW Elementary with Quinta Brunson was a JW. Oh, the show Elementary. Sorry,
yeah, the show.
Quinta Brunson. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. That's interesting.
That's cool. Yeah.
I know there's several people. I watched this thing one time of people that used to be Mormons. Man,
Sherry Shepherd.
People used to be Mormons is ridiculous amount of people. But a lot of JWs as well. That was shocking.
Oh, your JW male friends were excited when they could grow beards. Yeah.
We're so jazzed.
Yeah. Or jazzed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid though, because you have to wait for them to make those decisions for you.
Walking door to door.
The overweight elder probably wasn't going in service and walking around. That's true. That's probably what really happened.
That pissed me off too.
You had already woken up when I kept hearing it, but that wouldn't definitely have woken me up. I was still in. It's when with
it's hard to it's really hard to get.
Can Jehovah's Witnesses get disfellowship for voting? Yes, technically, but who's going to catch you? That's going to be a hard one. I mean, they have to catch you. I would think that if you confessed and they said, well, if it just happened once, we'll just reprove you, and that's it.
Well, you hadn't lived till you see a Jehovah's Witness at the voting poll, though.
Mm-hmm.
I saw where that actually happened.
I think it would have to be like several incidences of that happening before they disfellowship you, because I don't think that's something they typically disfellowship people for, although they can.
They'll reprove you, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Because
I mean, those are technical things, though, because that's not the most common thing people get disfellowshipped over.
Right.
But I suppose it's possible. And someone would have to catch you, and you'd have or confess or something, and then you'd have to, reprove or disfellowshipped for doing it multiple times.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Well, we've been on here for about 3 hours, so we're gonna probably go ahead and end the chat, the live stream. And thank you all,
guys.
for
This
joining.
one's been a good one. I mean,
yeah, we've really enjoyed talking with y'all, and we really we want to keep the ball rolling every Sunday at 5 p.m. That's the plans, and we'll throw in a weekday one for those who can't make it during the week or on the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to try to at least Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday to throw one in there. What did they say?
A lot of people got really turned off with those changes. A lot of people are still waking up. I think it was one of the reasons why Anthony Morris got kicked out. I agree. That's what I thought
says
too.
some funny stuff.
I put the I voted sticker where everyone can see it.
I love it.
Yay. In 2009, the elders did not want Black Jehovah's Witnesses talking about Obama. Okay. I might vote next time and see if I can't get removed. That's good. Yes, nice hanging out with you too, Shaq.
Yeah,
hopefully
definitely,
we'll get to hear your story. Oh, you already
What?
You said Jay said he might vote next time and see if I can't get removed, but wait, he already left. Yeah.
Yeah. You left.
Love you too. Born JW, thanks for joining in. And Jay and everybody who
man,
karaoke Cajun,
or Born JW.
Booker T.
Yeah, everybody, man. Thank you guys all, David, Rita.
Yeah.
Everybody, man. You guys make this fun for all of us, Much love, you guys. Oh, thank you, Curia. Love you guys. Oh man, we love all you guys.
All right, y'all have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
You stay safe too.
Yep. Later, guys. Peace.